That smells delicious, honey.
I know, but where's Garrick? Honey, ready for dinner?
No way, Mom. That smells heinous. I can't eat that crap.
Is the junkie in your family overly critical of your cooking? Are you in need of something to bring back his strung-out appetite? Hi, my name's Barb Bituant, and I'm here to announce a breakthrough in kitchen appliances that'll restore your drug-addicted child's appetite just in time for Christmas. Introducing the Crack Pot. Now, you can cook up those shrooms, microdots, yellow bees, ganja, smack, and angel dust with the Crack Pot.
Honey, ready for dinner?
No way, Mom. That smells... Hey, dude! Mom! That smells righteous.
Thanks, Crackpot.
The Crack Pot, the perfect Christmas gift for the strung-out junkie in your family. Available now at the Bob Marley Paraphernalia Store.
All right, what a perfect bit for this radio station, the Crack Pot. 10:03 at 560 WQAM. Happy Tuesday to you. No crossover because the Humper's on their way back from covering last night's debacle ball game. I didn't watch 1 second of that. A blowout, as anybody would know. Why'd they even bother playing those games? Somebody might get hurt. Anyway, George is back today.
Yo.
He's back from the fever and chills and nagging and aggravation at home. Now we can get nagging and aggravation at work. The Beast is with us again today, who did not get on the scale at home yesterday.
It wasn't intentional.
What do you mean it wasn't intentional? In other words, if he would have gotten on it, it would have been intentional, but not getting on it wasn't intentional? You just forgot. Well, how about today?
Yeah, maybe when I get home I'll step
How
on
about
the scale.
making a pledge, which you did yesterday, and you're full of crap. Making a pledge. We don't want to intrude. It's none of our business. We don't want to embarrass you and find out the number, although it would be amusing.
The scale's sort of tucked in the corner here. It's hard to get to, so I'll pick it up and I'll place it in the middle of the floor.
I promise when I get home today. No, he won't get on that one yesterday. We tried everything. That one that you got there, the doctor's scale that I bought, he will not get on that thing. No way. You could bring in like 15 different muscle men, and he would just flop right off it. He won't get on
it goes up to like 500.
Yeah, well, let's get the meat scale from Publix. I think that's a better one, the one where we just pick him up with a hook. But when you get home today, hop on the scale and then just take a look at it. And maybe I realize this is very boring, but I mean, we are trying to save your life, okay?
And I appreciate it. Don't even.
And I did see Blabo Lassiter's last entry on his blog. Thanks a lot, Bly. He's probably listening right now in between playing, what is it, video poker that he's playing, something like that?
That's what
plunging his guts
fax said.
Yes. I think the fax was a setup from somebody in Lakeland who must evidently know him, and I don't know whether they were eliciting sympathy, but regardless of any of it, thanks for saving my life, because I got 3 solid days. I've lost all my cravings for that crap, and I'm not getting into it again. No more.
For now.
Although suddenly I have to take a gigantic Matty Bell for some strange... Oh, I just shut the mic off because I farted real bad. At least it was only gas.
You're being that careful, huh?
That's right. I'm not really sure what the rule is on that, whether it's like a recorded one or a live one. I think it'd be 1,000 times
No, I don't think
worse.
anybody can fault us if it's a real one.
Oh, I see. Well,
that's
guess
just
what?
That's an accident.
Pharrell went through that, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, did he really? Well, it's your buddy Pharrell.
You left off the poll.
Showing his voice today. Who's got the big rack and the big D and the big package?
Anyway, yesterday's, I can't keep track. Oh, and also, speaking of Blabo, he steals another line of mine. It's not important in life that you succeed, but that your friends fail. A friend of mine in college said that to me. That was like, 45 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I've been saying that ever since. So 45 years I've used that line. And now that's the ultimate. The ultimate ripoff is to use it in a little shot at me. Guess what, Blabo? I wasn't the one who turned on anybody else. You were the guy who showed your gratitude for my getting you into business by turning on all of us at WSUN. But nevertheless,
and you have witnesses, so
we hope you would die a pleasant death. But at any rate, and yesterday actually I dug out some of the old stuff you were playing this morning.
I didn't know he was dead.
Holy cow!
Stuff like that. But that's enough with him. No, most of all, although he got a few votes on the poll, that's good. We'll get to that today's poll. Is it today's or tomorrow's? I don't know. I can't keep track. What's your take on the Marlins fire sale? That was yesterday's poll.
Al Franken doesn't have polls on his show.
Yeah, we had a call like that yesterday. Maybe he ought to start. It could only be an improvement. 1,808 votes on the Marlins fire sale. Not a good look. Not looking too good here, David and Delilah. I couldn't give a Schmidt less. 651. It's a slap in the face to the real fans.
Absolutely.
367. Screw the Marlins, 306. Pack your bags, boys. You're all done here, 302. What's that about the bag boys? No problem. I'll still support the team, 128. I'll never go again, 39. And bought season tickets and want my money back, 15. Quince, no chance. They ain't giving you your money back. In fact, they increased the price of tickets for this coming season for a Little League team. But 128 people. Now, we did have one of your people, a Julio guy that called, who said he's got a little kid and an elderly father, and he hopes, he'll still go because he enjoys taking them to the ball game. But like I pointed out to him, is that if they could put a minor league product out there, nobody's going to go, and they're going to be gone in a couple of years. What's he going to do then with his little kid? And maybe by then, Daddy will be gone. He'll be watching ball games in the sky. He'll be watching Baby Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Right. They could go to the girls' soccer league games that I see all over, as you drive around town.
Yeah, that's something to do, and the price is right. Don't cost you nothing.
Yeah,
just
softball,
pull up and sit
girls'
down.
softball there, whatever.
Yeah. Now, the pull we're doing today, all the pulls all the time, man, heavy, heavy duty. And this is one we did a long time ago, evidently, because Mo wasn't even on the list. So it's got to be at least 4 years since we've done this one. Other than Neil, my favorite, and I started to say before, the freepers out there, you're not fooling anybody. Don't you think that I look at this thing every now and then throughout the day? Do you really think that when all of a sudden these clusters of hundreds of votes come in for somebody that I'm not aware of it? Now, ordinarily, I would think that this was our old-time freeper that used to freep the polls, or maybe has got a lot of time on his hands during the holidays. Mm-hmm. But no, this seems a little more orchestrated than that. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality of the last 25 years is Randy Rose has 339 votes. The only problem with that, Randy, is that about 250 of them are bogus. Yeah, they all came in like in chunks, most between 3 and 5 yesterday afternoon. She was, down there in the middle of the pack like the last time we took this, and now all of a sudden they're just pouring in with the votes, like we had another fixed election or something, which it was. So she's technically on top there, but forget about it. Phil Henry wins, 275. Mad Dog did very well. In fact, it was nose-to-nose, neck-to-neck for quite a while till the freeping started between Phil and Mad Dog. Let's see. Oh, look at that. She's got 340 now. Continue freeping. Get Randy 1,000 votes before we put the other poll on for tomorrow. Phil Henry, 276. Jim Maddich, 217. Suds and Rick, 137. We put Suds and Rick because most of the audience hated Rick and they loved Suds. So, give Suds his due. He didn't get the money for it, but at least give him a little credit. Right. If you're not going to get paid, in fact, they got 137. George has got 92, so he's not getting any money, but at least he's getting a little credit there. That's nice. You can't,
Yeah, I'd way rather have credit than money.
Yeah. Everybody sent George a blank Visa card for the holidays with $5,000 credit line. George, 92. The Humper had 69. He'll be back tomorrow. Defoe had 38, and Ron had 38. I'm almost tempted to play that thing on the air that we listened to again.
It was a great time, and
it's
precious.
Classic Ron and Ron when they had that big argument about Diaz was leaving the show and Ronnie B took the headphones off, and it was like pretty good. In fact, the three-way tie there: Defoe, Ron, and Herman and McQueen, 38.
Herman and McBean.
Yeah.
Aren't they the same as Rick and Suds?
Suds and Rick, and also the same as Ron and Ron. And I think also Don and Mike. Mike Ranieri, 38, speaking of Mike. Bob Lassiter, 21. There you go, Blabo. Paul Castronova, 19, which goes to show that just about anybody could get votes on this poll. Ricky Tiki Shaw had 17. Nice going, Ricky Tiki. I wonder if he's related to Ricky Tiki Barber. Joe Rose, 16. Sonny Fox, 15. Mo Howard Davided had 14. Tied with Eddie K, 14. Big Wilson had 12, so Mo and Ed just edged out a dead man. Big had 12. Greg Vidal, 9. They still hate you, though, generally speaking, Greg. Most of the people who voted made a point of putting that in there. We're voting for somebody else. And by the way, Greg, we still hate you like poison. Greg Vidal, 9. Craig Worthing, 9. Bill Calder, 8. Steve Geldy-Geldstein had 7. Stan Major had 7, who has a slightly lower voice than Geldy. Joey Reynolds, 7. Alan Burke, 7. Roby Young had 6, who's still stuck in a phone booth somewhere in Dade County. Jerry Wichner, 6. Lee my phone number is a phone booth. Now, you edited that.
No, it's a motel, is what he said. But no, let me tell you this, and this is the God's honest truth.
Yes.
I did not edit the number out. He didn't leave a number. He just said, my phone number is a motel, and then he didn't leave a number.
Well, I guess he ain't got no number no mo. Roby Young, 6. Jerry Wichner, 6. Jerry and Roby are probably confabulating in that big control room in the sky right now about the great radio days of the past. Wouldn't you think?
Sure.
Like we're going to have a controversial show today about great callers from the past. Lee Fowler, 5. Steve Kane, 5. After all of these years, after like 25 years in the market, 5 votes. That's one for every 5 years. Nice going, Steve-O. Don Cox and Sandy Payton for a piece. In fact, even though it's Cox in a box now, nevertheless, he's still more entertaining at this point than she'll ever be. Lovely lady. Dave Caprita, 3. Old Captain Dave. Alice Rantel, she only had a pair. Bill Smith had 2. Bill Tanner had only 1. What? And Alan Courtney 1. 1,520 votes. Boy, that's pretty impressive, you know. In fact, the first time we did this poll, we had 1,284.
Okay.
Of course, I'm sure that we didn't start it at 2:30 the previous day,
Probably
but nevertheless,
not, no.
Huh?
I doubt we did.
I think Joel Feinberg's probably pissed off about that. And by the way, the Beast tells me that last night all the local news channels had the 790 people on there confabulating about Pat Riley coming back to coach the Heat again. And bada beep, bada boop, bada bip, and OJ was on there, and Sid Rosenberg and Rosenstein and all these others. And of course, don't forget Stu Gotts, John Old Weenie Wiener, and Dan the Bastard. And you know what? They're still going to have a share. So, you guys can keep trying to pump them up and pretend that there's people listening over there. The fact of the matter is that they're not. 10:13 at QAM.
This is Neil Rogers. Ahoy! This is 560 QAM.
Run Radio Network.
From Peter Jackson, director of the Oscar-winning Lord of the Rings trilogy, an epic adventure that will overwhelm your senses. Ping. Pong. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone calls Ping Pong a back-and-forth adventure that will keep you guessing. David Anson of Newsweek says Ping Pong will up your neck. And Harry Knowles of Ain't It Cool News asks, what's the score? No, seriously, does anyone know the score? On December 14th, Pong is Ping. Home version now available at Kmart. Play Pong the video game on Atari 2600.
10:18 at QAM. Let's see. Look at that schedule. We got Mo at 2. It looks fairly pristine to me. Clean and pristine as the old sorry queen. Mad Dog at 4 till 6:30. Don't want to overwork him. 2.5-hour show. Because then we got the Panthers preview, baby. The Nashville Predators. Pretty good team, although they got some key injuries there. But nevertheless, Nashville Predators at the Macarena take on the Panthers at 7, Eddie K after the hockey game. Any interest in that Nashville Panther game?
How about that big Nicky Hagman trade?
What about it?
They traded Nicholas Hagman.
And, well, they got rid of some dead weight. They got rid of him, which he's a stiff, and Christian Huzelius, who's also a good Christian, but a stiff. That's the best kind of Christian, is a stiff Christian. At any rate, nobody cares. Now, what was I just going to tell you? Oh, about Randy. I think that you really ought to check out her website, those of you who are not familiar with the Randy the Goddess. I just looked at her website, and it's pretty barren, to be honest with you, considering she's on nationwide on Scare America, which is good. That's great. But on her website, she's also got a link there for The Power of Nightmares, and you can listen to all 3 episodes and yada yada. So I have a feeling the Beast's guess was probably right. That probably somebody alerted someone. I don't want to mention any names. Somebody probably got alerted to the fact that we were taking this poll, and all of a sudden there for a couple hours yesterday there was like all this freeping going on, like maybe an ego trip or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I was in New York working on Scare America and being syndicated all over the country, it would seem to me I wouldn't need to be like ripping off from somebody else's website. I don't know. Although when people are used to, when they're in the habit of ripping off your material, just like Blabo, he's on the way out and he's still ripping off my lines. Don't forget, Bob, it's not important that you succeed, but that your friends fail. In addition to which, since when the hell are you a friend? It's like Brutus, huh? Give me a break. Friend my ass. Oh, you'll like this, speaking of ass. This is from the British Sun. They were jetting off for a holiday in Kingston, Jamaica, and the drinks flowed freely during the 10-hour flight. Intoxicated, the couple who were seated in business class decided to submit their membership for the Mile High Club in one of the toilets.
Rock on.
But the British Airways flight staff became suspicious after hearing cries of passion from the loo.
Oh, come on.
And the Randy couple, was ordered to stop and return to their seats. Randy quickly turned into angry. Stunned passengers watched in horror as the couple fought with the flight staff. A passenger told The Sun they were asked politely to return to their seats but went ballistic. They were shouting vile abuse and spitting at the staff. Another said the captain tried to calm them down, but they were just as abusive to him. And despite being restrained with plastic handcuffs, the pilot decided he had no choice but to divert the 777 jet to Bermuda. Oh, that's a nice one, too, the 777. That's a beauty. To Bermuda. The couple who were booked on a 2-week holiday were held by police in Bermuda and put on a flight back to Gatwick, London, yesterday. Now the duo have been arrested and faced being charged with air raids. They may also bear the $59,000 cost of diverting the plane. How do you like that? See, crazy people on the plane. This goes back to the guy that they shot, which, yesterday I had the story about he didn't do this and the witnesses say he didn't do that. But the fact of the matter is, as one caller said, crazy people on the plane, no way, Jose. There's somebody who's like a little ballistic, a little on edge. I don't want to be on that plane. No.
Right.
Not for me. Nicht for me, as they say in Finland. I probably want to take a couple of calls here today. 567, welcome George back from his sick day yesterday. No, you weren't the only one that was sick. I was sick.
Oh, really?
Not physically, just emotionally during that show. Well, the Beast you get the Beast and Miguel together, and the Beast says Miguel's got a big fat ego. How do you like that? The Beast may be big and fat physically, but he said Miguel's got a big ego. He comes in and wants to be like the king and the queen of the whatever it is.
I think that's a cop-out excuse.
I don't know about
that. Yeah, that's just an excuse for the fact you had no material and you don't want to get on the scale, that's all.
I mean, you've seen Miguel. Does he intimidate anybody?
I never really viewed him in that light. I never considered him to be intimidating.
Well, he's got a desk in an office.
He is a contrarian. There's no question about that. Here's our one, and there won't be anybody on it, because maybe there will be. QAM, hello.
Tukey, you won't see him no more.
Who?
Tukey.
Oh, Tukey. I thought he said, Tukey. Who cares?
Yeah.
Didn't I just say that a little while ago? Anybody know who that is or care?
No.
Of course not. And it took them 12 minutes to stick the needle in there. Big deal.
NMB, none of my business.
Yeah. Don't know who he was, don't care who he used to be, and...
don't know who he killed, but that's what happens.
Not interested. It's just like that, the BTK Burger King killer out there in Utah, wherever the hell I was. No, none of us ever heard of it, but the networks, oh, my God, they captured the BTK killer. Yeah. And the Beast said, hold the lettuce and just a little mayo on the side. Mayo's for Goyam, by the way.
Not a big fan of the BLT.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Neil, I had to call you. I heard the interview of the lady that was on the plane last week with the shooting. And at the end of the interview, she said, God is good, and there were angels on the plane.
Well, isn't that great?
I thought they played in Anaheim. I didn't know they were in Columbia.
I was just going to say, I hope they got back to Anaheim safely.
Thanks, Neil. Bye.
Thank you. There were angels on the plane. Oh, God is good. That's why all these people get killed all the time. All these innocent people have these tragedies because God is good. And all these diseases and all these horrible things. Listen, anybody who believes in any of this stuff, you need to be Baker-acted. You need to be put away. Just like the Beast needs to be Baker-acted before he explodes.
The Beast wants to be shaken Baker-acted.
We had a call yesterday while you were out sick, a caller from somebody that obviously a Canes fan who saw the Beast at a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he is definitely going to explode. One of these days, he's just going to, blow up.
Like Mr. Creosote.
Right. Exactly. So we're trying to get you the message. We're trying to keep you alive. But the fact of the matter is you probably have a death wish. And the fact that you got such a doting, nagging couple of parents who are, like, loaded with cash, and Daddy's got a real bad Wheel of Fortune gambling problem, so naturally Sonny's got to have it. I think what you need is, like, a year vacation from your parents. Take your nice bride-to-be and go off somewhere and just take a year sabbatical somewhere. And I bet you after a year you'd, number one, lose a lot of weight, and number two, you'd stay alive.
Should go to Africa.
But I would be broke.
Well, that's okay. See, you're just spoiled. You're just spoiled rotten. That's the problem with you. It's a Jew thing.
That would be it.
What'd you think? WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, Pally. What do you got?
Hey, George doesn't sound too sick today. You sure he was really sick yesterday?
No, just skipping.
Let me ask you this. You writing a book? Well, these phones yesterday and today, I think this is the week that was, man. I think the holidays, they're all bailed out now. I could be wrong about that, but I think between now and the end of the year, it's going to be pretty slim and grim, which is a very strong vote for playing like all the bits the rest of the year.
Hey.
Huh?
Don't
all
take
the
my
good
ideas.
Stuff all the time. Let's see. Randy all of a sudden is stuck at 345. Everybody else is getting a lot of votes. Maybe her whole audience is voted on there now, but I don't see much happening there. Everybody else is going up a bunch. In fact, we got 1560. That was WTPS in Kalamazoo, Michigan, in Portage, Michigan, to be exact. In Kalamazoo, WTPS. Those were the days, baby. 68, 69.
Were they?
They were. Trust me. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
you have to help him out. He sounds like he's going to pass out when he does the updates for Hank.
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
just left Kmart. Tell George the new pictures
Yeah, okay,
of the
great.
pink thing.
Okay. I guess we got two different shows going. We got the Neil Rogers show, then we have a show about George. Have you noticed that? I never realized that, but it's like the one guy said, it's a show within a show. It's not a radio, it's a show within a show.
It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma and then lightly toasted in a microwave oven.
Oh, God. Well, listen, feel better, Blobbo, whatever your name is. Okay? Or not, as the case may be.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Would you go to the meetings?
No, that's my rule. I won't.
That's true.
That's the rule for me. You're in radio? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know you. You're in the business. I don't want to know you. Lose my number.
Now, how do you really feel?
Hey, the business has been mean to you over the years. You haven't taken enough out of it.
The business has been so good to me. I thank you. And now I can go away in peace very, very, very soon. Goodbye.
I think we just signed off.
No. Just me signing off. How's the crib? How's the down south crib? Nice?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Love the hood?
Just trying to get, my wife is hearing these rumors about you leaving. Why did we buy a new house? I go, I don't know, honey. He didn't tell me until after we already put the mortgage down.
I told you before the mortgage, my friend.
No, you
Yes,
didn't.
I did. I remember talking to you about this.
You never talked to me. I heard from someone else.
I know. I talked to you in the middle of November. We all sat down in the middle of November, and you were in the middle of a deal. You didn't do the deal, and you did another deal. You told me that.
I just said I didn't, man.
You told me that. You told me that in November, man. You did.
We never talked in November.
We did talk in November. We sat in a hotel room in November and talked.
What hotel room?
That hotel lobby, and then we went up to the room in Tampa. That hotel room. Remember? We had lunch, and then we went up to the room.
By that time, I already had my place, man.
No, by that time, you didn't have your place.
And I didn't talk to you. I talked to the people that you had tell me.
No, we all talked. We all sat up there and talked together. We did. We had a meeting. We all sat down, talked, and then you and I and two other individuals from the company sat down and had a meeting in the hotel room. And that's how it went down. That's what happened. And that was before Thanksgiving. And here we are, January 6th. Are we going to have a conversation or what? Are we done? Should I walk away now?
You're going to do whatever you want to do, man.
I am. I have done whatever I want to do. But should I walk away now? Would it be easier? I don't want to make this thing difficult.
No, this thing's all about you anyway.
It's not all about me. It's about this show continuing. It's not all about me. It's not all about me. It's about I'm moving on. And we're making this an easy transition.
Well, let's make it then.
We are making it.
And then ask me about, how everything's going.
I asked you about the crib.
I'm going on.
Okay, I asked you about the crib, that's all.
It's great, Ronnie.
Man, I'll just leave now. If it's easier that way, I will. Believe
me. Of course
me.
it's not easier that way.
Well, then why are you doing this?
I'm not doing anything. Let's go on. Let's act like everything's happy.
That's exactly what I was doing. And then you took your headphones off and didn't want to talk to me.
Don't play.
I'm not playing. I'm not playing at all, man. I'm being totally honest with you, and I have been.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I'm glad. I'm glad everything's going down the way it's going down. It's all happy to me.
It's all happy to me.
I know it is.
It's time for me to move on. That's all.
All right, so let's change the subject. Let's
I didn't bring it up, man. I was just having a conversation with you, and you just stopped talking to me.
One of the highlights of that bit, and it's not a bit, I mean, it's like an actual outtake from one of the Round and Round shows. A little falling out there. But one of the highlights for me is the headphones squeaking when Bennington's getting ready to put him back on over that mess that you call hair.
Right, that's how you know it's real.
I tell you something, boy. To hear that show, whether you liked it or not, was whatever it was. But to see it, it should have been a television show. Because I never saw guys who dressed up for a radio show before, especially Ronnie B. with the dreadlocks and the whole thing, and then they had those nasty, skanky strippers that were coming in the hallways.
With the pillow creases on their faces, so that's something you have to see,
What was that all about?
Strippers don't do well in the morning.
Huh? Well, they were doing somebody.
Well,
a lot in the hallways there. But, of course, it was Buddy Bud Paxson. It was a man of God who owned the station, so naturally there was no hanky-panky going on, even though, of course, he's married to an ex-stripper. But nevertheless, there seems to be a lot of that going on, isn't there? Guys married to ex-strippers.
Where's that?
Nevertheless, I don't think we're going to have any calls this week at all, so it's a good thing I'm going to be on vacation next week. I'm sure you'll be inundated with call. George, we'd love to hear from you, by the way. 5670560. It's interesting how Randy's votes have basically stalled almost to nothing since the freeping. I mean, since the tremendous outpouring of emotion for her started. We're going on 1,600 votes. I think we got a shot at what? 1,800 again today?
Okay.
19. Let's go for 19. We did 18 yesterday.
2,000.
No, yeah. The UK all day yesterday saying 2,000, and that was his weight he was talking about. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio, and we left David Gold off of here. Remember David Gold? No.
No?
He was on for about 5 minutes on the old GBS when they went talk. Well, those were the days, man. As much as I can't stand talk show groupies, and what we used to have is callers, the chronic callers, they'd call one show, and then they'd call, and did you hear what they just said about you on the Ellen Burke show? And then it would, make the rounds, the same voice.
Right.
Unbelievable. Anyway, other than my favorite local radio personality or show the last 25 years, South Florida person is Randy Rhodes, 349, of which 250 are bogus votes, at least, maybe more. Phil Henry, 293. Jim Mandich, 231. Suds and Rick, 146. George Rodriguez, 98. See, I think if you took away her freak votes, you and Randy would be battling it out for fourth, if the honest total were on her.
I don't think the same people are voting for us.
What do you mean by that?
Like those freepers.
Jeepers creepers? What do you think of them creepers?
Yeah, they wouldn't have been voting for me anyway.
No, you don't understand that. I'm just saying if you deduct them. I'm not saying they would have voted for anybody else. They're not real votes. They're just bogus.
I get you.
George, 98. Hank, 78. The Humper. Ron and Ron, 43. Defoe's got 40. Old Mefo. Maybe we ought to get Defoe on the lineup somewhere. Like 5 to 7 in the morning would be good. Herman and McBean, 39. Mike Ranieri, 38. 36. The interesting thing about Ranieri, we got along real great. We had a lot of fun at IOD, but I got to respect him and like him more after we left there, I don't know about you, than when we were working there. You know what I mean?
Why?
Well, no, just because he was one of those people. He called us on the air. He was he went out of his way to be friendly. He could have just ignored us or whatever, but he was a real friend. He was a good guy.
Never had a problem with Mike.
He was misunderstood, I think, because he had that bottle all the time, but he's a good guy. I like him a lot. Bob Lassiter, 24. Now, on the other hand, now, wouldn't that be bad? See, now I put myself in a bad position because if I say anything, it's going to be, the guy is dying of diabetes and he's going blind and had his foot amputated and he's over there probably listening right now on the Internet. So, and you're ripping. Cow. Yeah, well, guess what? You know what they say about what comes around goes round? Just look at the beast. That'll give you an idea what I'm talking about. Goes round,
goes round.
Yeah, like a shmoo.
He went round a long time ago.
Like the shmoo, or like I said yesterday, like Rover in the Prisoner. Although neither one of the nerds yesterday had any idea what I was talking about. See, that's the thing. When you're doing this show and you got like Miguel and the Beast together, and neither one of them has got any idea of anything that happened before like 5 minutes ago, so forget it. No, seriously. Unless it happened in the last 2 years, they don't know what I'm talking about. And with Miguel, unless it happened in the last 2 years in Cuba, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Bob Lassiter, 24. Castronova, 22. He's right on Blabo's butt. Mo Howard David is tied with Rick Shaw, 17. I think, you think Ricky Ticky will mow that cap that he wears? That would be cute. I'd love to see that.
I'm sure he's got an extra.
That would be a nice photo op. Joe Rose, 16. Sonny Fox, 15. Now, remember the auditions on Ron and Ron after Diaz bailed out?
If I live to be 1,000, I'll never forget.
There was the one guy on there, which I have no idea what his name was, that was making fun of his kid because his kid was dyslexic or something, or, huh?
Billy. That was Billy.
That was Billy?
Right.
And then, of course, Sonny Fox auditioned on there. All right. And he was just as incoherent then as he was anywhere else. Ed Kaplan, 14. Big Wilson, 12. Hello, Big. Greg Budell, 9. Craig Worthing, 9. Joey Reynolds, 9. Bill Calder, 9. Steve Kane, 8. Oh, Steve-O's all the way up to 8. You're doing it, baby. Alan Burke, 8. Steve Goldstein, 7. Stan Major, 7. How's my money coming, Stanley? Roby Young, 6. Jerry Wichner, 6. Lee Fowler, 5. Dave Caprita, 4. Don Cox, 4. Now, there's another misunderstood guy. He was a good guy in his own bizarre, off-the-wall way.
Nothing wrong with Don.
He meant well. You know what I mean? He was a good guy. A lot of fun. But you guess what, Beast? You want to know why he died so prematurely at a very early age?
Booze?
No.
Other substances?
Come on. You can say it. P-H-A-T.
He was fat.
Sandy Payton for Al Rand. See, he doesn't even want to say the word. He's just in total denial. We give up on you. I officially give up on you right now. I'm sick and tired. We went through the whole thing with Balance for Life and the Baba Ganoush and all that delicious stuff in the sack. And you're just,
I'm trying to tell you. Go to health and...
Listen.
Neil God
helps those who help themselves. Isn't that what it says in the good book?
That's right.
Neil God helps those who help themselves. I'm tired of wasting my time on yous. Sandy Payton 4, Alice Rantel 2, Bill Smith 2, Bill Tanner 1, and Alan Courtney 1.
What do you want?
1,609 votes on the poll. We got a shot at, let's go for 2,000 today, huh? Oh! Let's go for 2,000 calls. Let's go for 2,000 votes on the poll. And let's go for the Beast when he gets on the scale at home this afternoon for 2,000.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
That Jew.
Tonight on 2020.
Howard, you're going to satellite.
Yes, I'm uncensored.
I hear you're exploring the sexuality of zoo animals.
I look forward to exploring that.
But you're really taking it a little bit too far.
You could choose to look at it that way. I don't.
Dude, on your first show, you're going to get conjugal with a kangaroo.
I will. This is a new frontier.
That sounds dangerous.
Dangerous, man?
You could get bird flu or kangaroo flu.
I'm about being funny.
So, how does a guy get romantic with a kangaroo anyhow?
You got to find out. Yes.
Tonight on 2020.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Howard just had a tremendous BM. It's 10:45 at 560 WQAM. And I'm looking back at the original time we took this poll, which I have no idea what the date was, and it's not important. But the same thing about favorite talk show host local. And Phil Henry had 352. He was number one. Mad Dog 175 was two. Suds and Rick had 119, and they were third. Randy had 81, that was fourth, and Hank had 67, was fifth. Now, there was no George on that poll. For whatever reason, we didn't put you on there.
I didn't qualify.
There was no Greg Bedell on there, which, and of course, there was no Mo. No Mo, which makes a big difference. Well, what's he doing, Mo? Has he got about 14, 15 votes? It's not too shabby. And we actually, it was an oversight. We didn't get him on there right away immediately, but I made sure that Eric, before Eric got a call at home, I made sure that he added that on there. It was just an oversight. It wasn't intentional, believe you me, and people have had plenty of time to cast their votes. And Mo is all the way up to 17. He's right on Rickshaw's ass. He's only one behind. Bad news, an employee of the Comedy Central program, The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, has committed suicide. He probably read Bob's blog. Leading the network to suspend production of Monday night's episode of the program, a spokesman confirmed. Bill Clary, 25. I wonder if he was kin to Robert Clary. Remember little Robert Clary, the Frenchman?
I do, from Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, and from The Gaze of Our Lives. Well, Robert Clary, little Frenchman. Do you know he was Jewish? Jewish Frenchman.
And a Holocaust survivor.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you sure know your Robert Clary trivia, mister. I guarantee the Beast doesn't even know who the hell that is.
I'll ask him when he comes back in the room.
Where is he now, eating or taking a Maddie Bell?
He's getting the food that just showed up.
I don't want anything to do with this episode, okay? I just... Remember that Count Me Out by Gary Lewis and the Playboys. That's my new favorite song, Count Me Out.
I'm having a grilled chicken salad. I don't know what he ordered.
I don't have it. I want a full report on whatever he's shoving down his face. You know, this is disgusting. The one thing I will say yesterday, now Miguel did have some food. He allegedly didn't eat fatso, and I'm sure if he would have, Miguel would have, ratted
Well, you
him
know
out.
how that goes. My two fat friends never ate either when you were looking at them.
Yeah. Oh, but he's going to be eating now, guaranteed.
But as soon as you turned your back, boy...
Bill Clary, 25, took his own life over the weekend, according to the network. A former Daily Show intern, Clary also worked as a receptionist at the program's offices in New York. A lot of dead receptionists now, you notice? Bill Clary, a young staff member of The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, passed away over the weekend. He was a wonderful and dedicated employee, and all of us at Comedy Central and The Daily Show are devastated by his loss, the network said in a statement. Our hearts and prayers go out to his family and friends. Comedy Central has sent grief counselors to The Daily Show to help its employees, sources said, who first learned of the suicide upon coming to work on Monday. Grief counselors. I don't know what that's all about. I can understand grief counselors for like little kids at a school when there's like a shooting or some kid dies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do adults really need grief counselors?
Yeah.
They do?
Some people do, yeah.
The network was scheduled to shoot a week's worth of new episodes before shutting down for the final 2 weeks of the year. The network will air a daily show repeat instead of the regularly scheduled episode. That was yesterday again. So there you go. People are like dying all over the place, and we're worried about some slime ball that they stuck a needle into in California yesterday. Toki. 5670560. I wonder if he was related to Dookie Howser. Or maybe he did it Doogie style. QAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. I believe Reverend Jones has.
Okay, good. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Pally.
Just a couple quick things. First, my daughter really benefited from a grief counselor, so yes, adults can benefit from them.
Okay.
And Neil, stay on the beast ass, and I know there's plenty of room there for you
I
to
don't
stay
want to be on
on.
the beast ass. You stay on the beast ass.
Just stay on.
Spacious.
Yeah.
I'm a big Hurricanes fan. I see him on the sideline. Neil, he's as tall, he's as wide, rather, as he is tall.
Right, exactly. 3 feet. That's exactly
five
right.
foot.
Well, good luck to you. Good luck to him, Pally. Okay. 5670560, pound 560. Very lean and mean on the calls. This,
You know what? He'd make an
what?
excellent hockey goalie. The Beast. He wouldn't have to move at all.
Yeah, he covers up the whole net. In fact, I think there are a lot of guys. In fact, Mo would love to be the one who's shooting the pucks at him. I think he'd go for that. Now, did he ever return with the food now?
Yeah.
And?
I don't know what he ordered for himself. We haven't gotten that
You
far.
ordered food for yourself. This is what we're hearing.
No, I don't know what he ordered for himself.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking to him.
Oh, he ran back out of the room for some reason. All right, here we go. Inquiring minds want to know what you ordered.
Well, that's good exercise. I guess that's probably the most exercise he gets is when he runs to go pick up the food order. WQAM, hello.
Neil, I love me some beef.
Good. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, good morning, Neil.
Buenos dias.
I have my brother, I have a worse case than the Beast. My brother is 5'9", weighs about 375.
Jesus.
Smokes about 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
I'm dying over here.
Yeah.
He'll drink a case of beer like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
High blood pressure, diabetes type 2.
How old is he? How old is he?
50.
Oh, he'll never make it to 55.
He said he went to the diabetes class to learn how to eat properly.
Yeah.
But after 2 classes, he said, screw that, I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it. How long?
Okay, well, I'd start making the arrangements right now if I were you.
Yeah, 55, right?
No, I wouldn't plan that far ahead.
Yeah.
Good luck,
hey,
Paulie.
Is he worse off than the Beast?
Well, 5'4" and 300 is, I would say, about on the same par. Maybe we can get a package deal. See, where's Ranieri when we need him? You know, they had package deals. Remember those?
Yeah.
567. Maybe we got a package funeral deal for all the fat people in denial. You know, like I said yesterday, I don't want to keep dwelling on this fat thing, but the fact that he ordered food in there, is he in there now or what?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Well, what do you got?
I have a turkey sandwich on wheat. Plain. Just
What did I
turkey.
tell you about the bread?
I will take the bread off, but you got to get it in something.
You're not taking the bread off. Get
Watch
out of
me.
here.
Watch-
Taking the
just
bread off
watch
my ass.
me.
Starting to get a little crusty back there. You're not taking the bread off. Is he taking the bread off?
I haven't done anything.
I want you to watch him. I want you to monitor him. Every bread
Look, I've
you
been
take.
through
man.
this.
Remember
There
that song
goes
by
the
Police?
bread.
Every
Yeah.
bread you take, this is going to be the fat police.
Look, you know as well as I do. It doesn't matter what he does here with
Yeah,
witnesses
that's right.
around.
Funny,
He'll
we
make
put
up
on a good
for it
show
as
for
soon as
us.
he's on his own.
And after he leaves, he'll probably go out and get like 2 gigantic hoagies with the big loaves of bread, you know, like the real big crispy loaves of bread.
Right. He'll make a sandwich with waffles.
I would just love, you know,
Well,
this crap about his doctor says he's got good genes and his blood sugar is just fine. I think your doctor is making like the Aflac duck those kind of sounds. I would just once. You can't even get him to get weighed, but can you imagine getting him to take his blood sugar? Just once. If your blood sugar isn't at least 400, my name is Maishi Pupik, okay?
They're going to have to get those extra long needles, though, that we've been reading
like
about.
the one they shoved in Tukey last night. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I hear the reason why the Beast is on the sidelines during the Canes game is in case their first down chain breaks, they can use his belt. They can tie a stick to each end of his belt and use it for a first
An
down
excellent
marker.
point. And no extra charge, too. Thanks a lot, Pally. There you go. See, there's anybody who says you're useless, there's something for you. Be good for that. WQAM Fat Line, hello.
Morning. What happened to Pharrell on that list?
Oh, for Christ's sakes, you're
My
right.
point exactly.
Oh, what do you mean your point? How come you didn't remind me of that before the show, you fat slob?
I sent it to George.
Oh. Thanks for the memories. Thanks, Pally. He'll
Thank
zoom
you.
up there. Scott Farrell, what's wrong with us? Out of sight, out of mind. That's my bad. Well, no, he wasn't on the original list, and I tried to think of people like George wasn't on the original list, and Greg Bedell, and then, of course, the Molemeister. Right?
Right.
But how could we forget...
I stuck him on there now.
I'm going to kick his ass, and then I'll steal his toupee. I'll take your children. I'll sell them.
I guess now we're going to have to do this over.
What do you mean by that?
The whole poll, it's just not valid now.
You know something? That's a good idea, although I think Eric might have... how do we do that?
He'd just tell him to reset it. He presses a button, and...
Really?
And it resets.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
really.
so let's... I don't know if Eric's listening or not. Let's reset it, and we'll add Scott Farrell, and then, of course, all those bogus Randy votes will disappear, and let's do it again, like the Beach Boys would say. An excellent idea. Because Farrell's going to get... he might actually challenge Phil there on top, you know?
He might.
Although Phil never did lose the license or come close to it, but, you know.
Pharrell was a lot of fun. He was a fun to laugh. You're full of crap.
And the thing about him is there was no phoniness there. What you heard on the air was exactly, that was him. Nobody could believe that. First of all, anybody could talk like that without just totally tearing up their vocal cords. And number two, that anybody was that out of his mind. But then again, he had a lot of help from his friends. So we're going to do that? You're confabulating with Eric there? Let's do it. So let's see. Let's take a look at this. We had 9. I'm going to print out this one before it disappears.
Hurry.
For advance. Well, no, that'd be kind of interesting. In fact, I think you just set the stage for a whole new deal with polls. You know how tough it is to come up with a new poll idea?
Right.
What we'll do is we'll do a poll every day, and then we'll say, oh, well, wait a minute, we left a couple off. Let's do it again for tomorrow.
Do over.
Let's start it all over again, a makeover.
Right. Take a mulligan.
By the way, all the Randy Freepers better get on the horn.
Yeah, you better get a hold of Randy and her Freepers. Jeepers Creepers better alert the Freepers, because otherwise she's going to be like falling on hard times here. Wonder how Jim is doing. Huh? Anybody seen her lately? That was Randy's ex. They are divorced official now, right?
You're asking me?
Oh, this didn't...
Hi.
Yeah. I heard he used to hang out in the gym a lot. I heard a lot of guys used to hang out in the gym a lot. Anyway, so we'll reset it and redo it. This is exciting, man.
Oh.
I feel like born again now.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain.
Rock solid.
Any questions?
Hey, Pharrell. What? By the way, son, I've been giving it some thought, see? Well, what do you think of this? I knows that me and you can do much better going 6 to 10 and not at 5. A Gentile and a cranky Jew. I think we might be happy together.
I think you really gone out of your mind. You gotta have your wee-wee bag strapped on too tight. No chance I'll do a show with you. I'd rather die. We'd be crappy together.
Why, I'll have you know that I'm a big cocky Jew from Brooklyn Heights. I've been rated by everybody but you. You're not my type.
Me and Mo, that would blow. No way that if we had a fight, that you'd survive. Who'd wanna hear a genitile and pushy tight? That's crappy together.
A show with you and me, for me, is much better 6 to 10, not 5. It's only right that I should get more sleep at night. I think we might be happy together. Happy together.
Would you leave me
.11:03 at QAM. Speaking of, don't forget Panthers hockey tonight. Nashville Predators in town. Pretty damn good team this season. Any interest? No. So we got to add some names to the list now that we got it rebooted here. And look at George is in first place. Oh!
Wow.
So far. That won't last long, but
No.
nevertheless. We got to add Jerry Williams. You doing these?
Oh, okay.
Who's doing these?
Me.
Oh. Norma Kent. Because otherwise I'll get a hostile email, I'm sure, eventually, if we don't. I mean, if we're going to do this and try to do it fairly, and what?
Excuse my Uton ignorance, that Jerry with a G or a J?
With a J. You don't know Jerry Williams? He's dead, by the way. I told you that story about how I gave him a heart attack
What's
on the
doing?
phone. No, that's the wrong Jerry. That's
Sorry.
that's Bruce Williams.
Oh, sorry, my Williams is.
Norma Kent. Hey, Norma.
You fairy.
Joyce Kaufman. Oh, she was so Jewish, Joyce Kaufman. She was so wonderful. I think she's still on somewhere at some 10-watt station. I think you can pick her up on your pop-up toaster on the weekends. And Larry Kent, not related to Norma Kent. Larry Kent. In fact, Larry Kent, there's another example for the Beast. There was a big, I mean, he was not only fat, but he was tall. I said Larry was about like 6'3", 6'4", and just enormous. If he didn't weigh 400 pounds, he didn't weigh an ounce. A humongous beast. By the way, what's the line in that spot we're running for King Kong about capture the beast? I think that's what we need to do. That should be our theme for the rest of the year, which last 17 days of the year, 18, whatever it is. Capture the beast and throw his fat ass on the scale. Tie him down and throw his fat ass on that doctor's scale. And then embarrass him into it. So we got these additional ones on there now?
Yes.
So if you voted before, by all means, hop right in there again and vote, 100, 200 times, whatever you like. George has got a nice stranglehold on first place so far with 6 votes. And the Beast is right about one thing, because we had 1667 on the first incarnation of this poll, and now all we need, the rest of the show, we need like 300, or the rest of the day is 300 and some. We'll have over 2,000. That brings us back to Alien days, even though it'll have an asterisk next to it. And this also gives Mo an equal footing. He can, well, they didn't get me on there until 5 o'clock yesterday. If I would have had the same even start, a running start, yeah. Well, so far he doesn't have any. But there's only a smattering on there. It just went up a moment ago. 33 votes.
Right.
This is great. This is a fabulous idea. In fact, I think if this doesn't turn out well, let's do it again tomorrow. And actually, I already faxed Eric tomorrow's poll. I'm so far ahead of my polls, man.
Are you?
Oh, yes.
Usually you're behind.
Well, WQAM, hello.
Yes, how about Alan Courtney?
He's on there.
Thank you, sir.
He had, Alan Courtney had 2 votes. Out of almost 1,700, he had 2 votes. Alan Courtney, much too old long ago. In fact, Alan did me a big favor. I never met the man. He did me a tremendous favor. He got deathly ill when I started doing nights on WNWS, and he never came back on the air again. Thank you, Alan. Up there at that big microphone in the sky. Wasn't that a nice favor? He ruled the night times. Yeah, that was back in the day on AM radio where nighttime you could have really big numbers, like some of us did. I mean, double-digit numbers, like 10 and 12 and 15 shares. I remember one book overnight, Jerry Wichner had like about a 30,
About 30, man.
33 share, which is really scary if you ever heard that show. How are those sandwiches coming, Jerry? I wonder if he willed that chameleon hairpiece to anybody that would change color depending on the mood he was in, how rednecky he was on that given day.
No.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm just driving around,
With your windows down, yeah.
Listen, you have a bit that goes, gay, oi. Hey, look, I'm not gay, man. I just like your show, man. I'm not gay. Hey, but listen, you're gay, but you act that way. You have one that goes, gay.
Gay.
And you got...
Gay.
That was good.
Oh, man.
Right there. We just took the temperature of South Florida. We put that big thermometer into South Florida's
rectum,
and there's the result. Wow, that was good. I don't see Randy's Freepers hard at work yet. We'll see. We'll see if the old grapevine gets going on that. Better call somebody, get him going on that. Pharrell's tied for first place. In fact, it's a 3-way tie with, it's early going. I'm so glad the guy called in because and of course the Beast, like I told you, you can't get anything out of him. What good is it for you to tell George? Why can't you tell me?
We were trying to tell you, but you were talking over us like you do, so we just didn't want to keep trying.
What are you talking about?
I
Before the show?
did try to mention it to you, and you were talking and didn't hear me and whatever.
I see. Well, maybe I was trying not to hear you. Or maybe you had your face stuffed with the food at the time, and I couldn't understand what the mush mouth. That's a distinct possibility.
Duff says the last call should be a promo.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, Pally. Let's see if you can top the last guy.
I doubt it. That was pretty spectacular. I want to talk with you about the whole body wash issue. I don't use soap, but I'm a big greasy spick, and the problem I have with body wash, my wife and my kids use it, is, I need something more akin to turpentine to get those noxious smells off of me, and that body wash is just a little bit, too creamy, too soft. What I actually use is the Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap, the peppermint hemp soap they make it now. It's a liquid thing. It's a lot like body wash, but it'll scrape the crud off of you.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be surprised pretty soon you'll be doing the peppermint twist.
There you go. Hey, well, that's the added bonus is the special tingle on your private.
Okay, thanks a lot, pal. Just keep rubbing it. 5670560. Look at that. We're starting to get this, starting to fill in a little bit now. Pharrell's right up there. I told you. See, that guy's right. I tried to tell you guys, Pharrell, what's wrong with him? See, George didn't like him because he wouldn't share his drugs.
He wouldn't?
Whatever happened to the, I don't want to say it.
Okay.
Because his daddy is a big shot in Hialeah, so I don't want to say it. You know who I'm talking about. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Dan Majors, pal.
Dan Majors is on there, pal. How did Stan do on the first one there? Did he do really well? No, not really. Stan Major. I think that was Don Johnson, wasn't it? Sounded like Don. Stan had 8. He was tied with Steve Kane and Alan Burke. Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Ego sure fallen. The first time we did this, however many years ago, Mr. Ego had 23 votes and he had only 8 in our first. Maybe this time he'll do a lot better. Maybe this time the word will get around. You think? Probably not. Maybe that fat lawyer guy that sits in there and shoves food, and who makes the Beast, by the way, look like Skinny Atlas. What's his name? Richard Essen? You know what Essen means in Yiddish?
No.
Eating. Essen, Mergeyen Essen, eating. So evidently he's living up to his own name. Richard Essen. Fat. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil. How you doing today, buddy?
Okay.
Just want to tell you, I drive up to Maine every summer, and driving through New York, I was going through about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and lo and behold, whose voice did I hear? But Ron Bennington and Fez.
Wow.
Yeah, they're still in the air up there, I guess. They're happy back when, him and Diaz. But, there wasn't really too much on back then anyway.
That's for damn sure.
So, well, that's really all I got, Neil. Just wanted to let you know.
Thanks for the spy report, pal, and have a great holiday and whatever. Have a great generic holiday. Oh, Merry Christmas, by the way. Gotcha. Ha, ha, ha. They had some jackass on yesterday, some right-wing lunatic debating, 4 more U.S. soldiers killed during a patrol northwest of Baghdad, just in on the certainly Nazi News Network. 4 more. We can't even keep count of it anymore. Anybody care? No, they don't care. It's the holidays. Yep, your soldiers are dead for the holidays, boy. It's the toll is mounting, and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop, and every day they keep trying to rehabilitate your illiterate, dangerous president, your paranoid, dangerous maniac. Well, the comeback, we're all concerned about the comeback now, and the poll numbers show. Actually, the poll numbers, here's the latest poll, Gallup and CNN USA Today. 58% of those polls said Bush doesn't have a clear plan on Iraq. 38% said they believe he does have a plan for victory, even though, of course, nobody knows what it is. 63% believe Iraqis have made real progress toward establishing a democratic state over the past 2 years. Right. That's why there's murder and bloodshed and chaos and all those innocent dead people over there, because they're making tremendous strides toward towards staying alive. They're even playing Bee Gees music over there now, I understand. Can't you just see the Iraqis listening to Bee Gees music on their Sony Walkmans?
Well, some of it.
Sticking their iPod on their tripod?
The danceable stuff, certainly.
No question about it. Okay, let's see how the early going here. Okay, let's get the early returns. And like I said, if you voted before, you're going to have to do it again. The other one I saved it. I did print it out. 94 votes. Phil Henry, 16. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality the last 25 years, Phil Henry, 16. Jim Mandich, 12. Pharrell, 11. Suds and Rick, 11. And what did I tell you? I realize it's only a few votes, but what did I say about you and Randy? George Rodriguez, 8. Randy Rhodes, 8, because she hasn't started the Freepin yet, or her groupies, whoever. Blob Lassiter, 6. That's Blog Lassiter. By the way, if you want to read his blog, you will commit suicide. Ed Kaplan 3, Depot 3, Ricky Shaw 3, Hanky Goldberg 3, Mo Howard David 2, Mike Ranieri 2, Geldy's got 1, Don Cox has got 1, Herman M. McQueen, between the two of them, they got 1, Stan Major 1, Alice Rantel 1, Alan Courtney 1, and all the others so far got. Oh, and speaking of the big, how come he ain't on there?
No, he is now.
Orlando Elza Query, get his ass on there now.
This
He is
Rock
Neil
Solid Rogers. This is 560 QAM. Coming up tonight on Inside the Behind the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile Story. They took the grunge rock movement further than anyone else. No, check that. I meant to say they made grunge rock sound more like a bowel movement than anyone else. They were 7 Mary 3.
Hey, every great rock song has a legend that builds up around it.
7 Mary 3 founder Jason Ross.
Everyone knows Jim Morrison was getting his knob polished right in the recording booth while he was singing L.A. Woman. Well, I was popping a squat the whole time I was singing Cumbersome. Yeah.
Many artists do their best work in the toilet. Such was the case with 7 Mary 3.
You can tell the parts where it's really working, like, I have become cumbersome. Plus, restrooms are awesome places to record. Lots of great reverb.
According to the 7 Mary 3 frontman, more than 30 of the top 100 albums of all time have been recorded in a toilet.
Oh, yeah, man. Sgt. Pepper, you can hear the tinkling and flushing on With a Little Help from My Friends if you play it backwards. Oh, and Thriller, Michael Jackson was crapping out gold on that record.
But 7 Mary 3 was not just about dump taking. There was also their name. Where did it come from? A Virgin Mary reference? The Salem witch trials? A reference to the Holy Trinity, perhaps?
Oh, that. 7 Mary 3 was Pontius' call sign on ships. For real, dude.
7 Mary 3. If they haven't squeezed out a hit in 10 years, it's probably because they haven't been getting enough fiber. It's a big, juicy, sopping wet look at show business tonight on Inside the Behind.
11:19 at 560 WQAM. Now, you better keep your eye on that Randy vote. I noticed I'm keeping my eye peeled on that baby. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They may try a different technique today as opposed to, like, jamming them. I'm not, maybe she is the most popular. Maybe she's the goddess after all. Although, boy, what a rip-off artist. We got a couple more we need to add on there. How could we forget? In fact, let me give you a musical clue. The Booster, Boog Shambi, and Dan LeBastard. I mean, far be it from us not to put. We could put O.J. McDuffie on there and Sid Rosenstein, Goldkrantz, whatever his name is. But he'd been there for like 5 minutes.
What about the Crow?
The Crow? What do you know, Crow?
Well, we put him on there. LeBastard is L-E, capital B?
That is correct. And then, of course, like you said, the Crow.
That's where you see some arm problems.
Right.
How about Stugatz?
No, we're talking about broad. It says personality, which he doesn't have one.
Oh.
No, he does not. Just because he's your buddy, I mean, you know.
He used to be.
Yeah, he used to be your close. You and Clarence there, your bunk butt buddy.
He was Clarence's roommate.
That's the only reason. He was who?
Clarence's roommate.
He was Clarence's roommate?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Maybe explains why Clarence used to book guests for him on his show when he worked on 940 on the competition. Oh, that explains it. He was his roommate. Like I said, his bunk butt buddy. I just got through saying that. To this day, I never really knew that for sure. Well, that's pathetic. So let's see. And who else did I say we left off of there? Crow. And what about Lenny Martez? No, like I said, no, he's got a personality. Wouldn't you say?
I would say it twice.
Come on, put Lenny Martez on there. Let's show a little sense of humor over here. Dan LeBastard, the Booster, Lenny Martez, the Crow. Just a whole bunch of people. And you're leaving off somebody, a great broadcaster, and the Beast, I can't believe after you put Pharrell on there, how come you left off your close personal buddy?
Joe Zagacki.
Huh? What's the matter from you? Although, like I said, it requires a personality. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's one in there somewhere. I haven't heard it yet. What do you think? Joe Zagacki. Come on, let's get it on.
Got it. Hope I spelled it right.
What's that, Zagacki?
Yes.
Zagacki.
I'd love to see out.
Oh, come on, get with it. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality of the last 25 years, Phil Hendry 25, Mad Dog 20, Randy 20. Yeah, keep your eye on that number and watch how it may fluctuate. How are you spelling that? It's going to fluctuate. Suds and Rick 16, Pharrell 13, George 9, Bob Lassiter 7. Oh, God, is he morbid. Hank Goldberg 6, Jeff DeForest 4. 3 for Eddie K, Herman and McBean, Ricky Tiki Shaw, Mike Ranieri, Mo Howard, David has got a pair, and then after that, it's the 1s, the 2s, and O's. Danny LeBastard don't have any yet. I wonder how long it'll take before they start getting their people. Remember that thing in the Sun Sentinel? Was it the Sun Sentinel or the Herald? I think it was the Sun Sentinel, one of those Sarney deals. Hey, by the way, Sarney, whatever happened to your pull on Roxy Foxy, huh? Yeah, we screwed up his pull so bad on Rich Waltz that he didn't have the balls anymore to mess with any more pulls. Well, we're going to be taking a pull on Roxy. Yeah, sure you are. When's the pull coming on Geldy doing the Panther games? Which yesterday the Beast told us he thinks Geldy's doing a fabulous job. So he must be getting a little something out of that thing, too, there.
I wish.
Maybe he brings you some food. No. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. QAM. But this thing is like on slow cook today for some reason, this switch. WQAM, hello. Oh, look at that. Now it's all screwed up. Oh, no. Don't tell me.
Hit it again. You locked it.
Yeah. QAM, hello. No, see, there's something screwed up with this thing now.
They're there. They're on there.
Well, am I going to wait? You like I'm going to sit here and wait when we got all these calls coming in here? Forget about them. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, for us stuck up in Palm Beach, can you put the Love Doctors on that poll?
No.
Okay.
It says local, Palm Beach. Don't take it personal, but we don't care. Click, there he goes. Just trying to have a little verbal intercourse with a guy and click. Oh, okay. Well, at least he was agreeable anyway. Whatever you say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not interested in Pine. In addition to which, are the Love Doctors local? I don't know that much about them. All I know is that they're a rip-off of this show. And I'll tell you another rip-off. I haven't heard a lot about him in a long time. What's the guy's name in Orlando? Jim, what is it?
Sorry.
No, you know who I'm talking about. The one who's always ripping me off and, that Neil Rogers in Miami. He's the greatest, and just using my material.
I'm not as up-to-date on my Orlando radio like I used to be.
Yeah, well, thank goodness we don't get those Orlando radio groupies anymore, or the Tampa ones. Oh, man. But thanks again to that guy in Lakeland who sent the fax on Friday. I'm sure it was like an inside deal or something. There's a little something going on there. But thanks anyway for saving my life, even though that wasn't your intention. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil, how the hell are you?
Okay, sir.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you the truth. Out of the list you got, you can't be surprised that the majority of them are Randy, whether you believe they're true or not.
The majority are Randy? When was that?
Well, I don't know. I just started listening to you right now. I haven't been able to catch you all morning. You said that Randy's like running away in their false votes or whatever?
No, you don't understand what I'm telling you. Yesterday there was a period of time. I can tell when people are freeping the poll. In other words, there's a whole load of votes that come in chunks for one issue or one person or whatever, and that's what happened yesterday.
Oh, okay.
If she wins fair and square, that's fine. What do I care who wins the poll?
Yeah, considering the loyalty we have, I mean, we followed you guys around, and I followed Randy, and Phil, when he turned, exactly. When he turned coat, forget it. I dropped out. I just couldn't care even to listen to him.
Yeah.
But I got to give Randy
Are you sure?
Just go ahead.
Go ahead. No, that was Phil.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I was sorry. See, I didn't even recognize Phil. Go figure. But, I'm loyal to you because I like the honesty. You say it the way it is. And with her, at least she backs up her stuff with facts,
At least she's giving it the old college try. That's right. She's working feverishly and ripping off our good stuff very well, like that Power of Nightmares. That's good. I'm proud to see that her website is becoming, pretty soon she's going to have a poll on there like ours every day, too.
Yeah, she uses your drops all the time, especially
I'm
your
sure
voice.
she does. Thanks a lot, Pally.
See you, man.
See, that I don't know, it didn't used to bother me, but now it's starting to gall me. These people, I think it was when Lassiter used that line, taking a little shot at me on his blog yesterday. It's not important in life that you succeed, but that your friends fail. Rip-off, man. Just a total rip-off. Everything this man ever did was just a rip-off.
At least have the decency to credit the source when you rip people off.
Yeah, at least admit it. At least admit it, okay, his style was his own. No, it was not his own. He was like Neil Jr. with a much better voice, I'll give him that. I mean, if I had his voice, I'd be making $50 million a year. He's got a great voice. Doesn't know how to use it. Yeah, but he doesn't know how to use it. There are many people who have a great voice, but they don't know how to use it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I'm sure the Beast would agree with that, although he's probably eating his turkey sandwiches now.
No, I'm done.
Are you done?
I totally agree.
Now, did you watch him eat?
Yeah, sort of.
Did you inspect? We're going to have a food inspector standing
I'll
over your
inspect
shoulder.
the garbage.
I want to see that bread. In fact, I want you to hold up the bread right now so George can look at it to see that you did not, to witness that you didn't eat the bread that you tossed it, you Schmidt canned it.
It's in the garbage can.
Okay, well, reach in. I mean, even a little fat, pudgy bowling ball like you could reach in a garbage can, pick it up, hold it up in the air. I want an eyewitness now.
Hey.
It's eyewitness news.
He's going to have to bend over to do that.
Inquiring behinds want to know. Come on, let's see it.
I got a trek across the room here. He threw it in this garbage.
Okay, George is going to inspect the garbage, okay?
Going around the table.
Yeah. In fact, while he's going around that table, maybe you can go in there and he can shove you on that scale in the corner. I'll try it again. No chance.
No. He's coming back.
Yeah, okay, here comes he's got the evidence. Well, you wouldn't be saying it if it weren't.
No, there's wadded up bread in there.
All right, let's hear it.
Right.
We bought the beast an extra 30 minutes of life this morning.
This is Neil Rogers.
About 30, man.
This is 560 QAM. Standards of broadcast journalism in the tradition of Edward R. Murrow's See It Now. 560 WQAM presents Now See Here with Mo Howard David.
This is Mo Howard David. Now see here. Got a new gig here. And if I so choose to stay, I will change the face of whatever that is to. Now see here. Who did more for radio? Neil Rogers or Hoy Bosco Anderson? Ah?
Hello again. Here's my best to you. Are your skies all gray?
I say, Hoy Bosco Anderson. That's who. For one thing, he was the mayor of morning radio. And that pipe smoker, he ain't no mayor. Why, Hoy Bosco Anderson sang nice songs.
Hello again.
Oh, he had a beautiful voice. Listen to that.
Are your skies all gray?
Neil Rogers don't sing no songs about nothing other than me. Why, sure. That's Neil singing the discouraging songs about the and then the faggot one, he writes them and then Neil sings them. Now you know he's queer, because real men don't sing.
Hello again.
And another thing, Hoy Bosco Anderson was a lot fatter than Neil, too. That there's what made him their best, they see. On the next installment of Now See Here, who made a better cup of coffee? Mrs. Olson or Jackie E. Robinson? Come on. Now see me here next time for Mo Indignance on Now See Here. Not there, over here.
26 till noon. Boy, there's a whole lot of names coming in here, like, for example...
Another break already?
Druzy. Look at this fax. It's from University Dodge. It must mean it's from Akimba. Back in the good old days, Tinkerbell Drew Michaels. And what about Drew Hayes? I bet you don't even know who that is. Talk about screamers. Not that kind of screamer. Not gay. No, not that kind. And then he wound up as program director of WLS in Chicago briefly.
Never heard of him.
That was bizarre. Well, he was the weekend overnight guy, and he used to do midnight till 6 on the weekends at W Snooze, and by 4 in the morning, every show, he'd be like, he'd have laryngitis because he would scream and holler, what's wrong with you? No, far worse than that.
Really?
Yeah, much worse. So you got Drew Michaels, Drew Hayes, and of course, how could you forget, speaking of the old prison bitch, how could you forget Jazz McKay?
Out of sight, out of mind.
See ya. See ya. See ya, buddy. Yeah. See ya. And also, here's a fax that says, and I have no idea who this is. See, if I don't know who it is, I'm not putting it on there. Because I've been in the market 700 years, right. And if I don't know who they are, then they've got to be really obscure.
That's a reach.
It says, for your poll, include WQAM's John Paul Roberts from the good old great days of WQAM. I don't know who that is.
What about John Paul?
I mean, we could start putting all the old DJs from 100 years ago on there, but what's the point? All the people who knew them are dead, or it ought to be. So thanks very much, but no thanks for John Paul, whatever his name is, Schwartz.
Jones.
John Paul Jones. We got 206 more votes already on the second incarnation, so we're already almost to 2,000. See, the beast put his finger on it. And actually threw the... Now, let me ask you this. What did you need the bread for? Was it satisfying having the innards?
No, I just feel like an idiot ordering. Can I just have some turkey?
No, but you're not. But I'm saying that that's the way to do it, and then you throw the bread away.
Right.
It would be like ordering a nice big sub sandwich and then just not eating it, just eating with a fork and not eating the bread.
Right.
Got to teach you a new way of living, man.
I understand. I'm working on it, man. One day at a time.
For that blind bride of yours. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, hello, caller.
I love your show, man. I just got a chance to tune in. I don't know whether you talked about it or not. About the born-again Christians boycotting places that won't say Merry Christmas.
Oh, so that's old news now. We've talked about that 600 to 700 times in the last couple of weeks, and quite frankly, it's very so. I started to mention that they had a debate yesterday on CNN with some right-wing goofball. And the Nazis did the same thing, and they took. And then he started going to the thing about Jesus in the public school, and we can't even say Jesus. I mean, these people are in total denial. They have no concept of what a pluralistic society is all about, and I say Chub Mindred.
It's really bad, really bad.
It's really bad.
Neil, I love it when you play that one where Mo goes, ay, 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 soy.
That's one of my favorites.
Play that one, please.
Oh, no problem. You got it,
Love
man.
you, man.
And by the way,
Bye.
Happy Hanukkah. Gotcha. Okay, now what is that one called? Doi, oi, doi.
The Mo, the Doi, and the,
Mo Doi Geldy? Is that what that's called?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, there's one called Mofo. I don't think we better be playing that one, no Mo. What? There's one called Mofo, your money. And then there's one called Mo Doi Geldy.
That's it.
That could be it.
Rock solid. Absolutely.
Okay, 21 till noon, a printer that can be attached to Broward County voting machines and provide a paper trail has been invented and built and is ready to be installed. But, see, no matter what it is, they come up with something good and there's always a big standing in the way. It'll be months, possibly years, before the state allows voters to use it. Well, they want to be able to fix those numbers real good.
That's right.
Called the Real-Time Audit Log, the printers attached to Broward 6800 iVotronic touchscreen machines. Oh, I wonder if they attach to only good machines. And would create a written record of the votes cast on each machine. Almost from the moment the computerized machines were introduced in Florida in 2002, many voters have been skeptical of their reliability and security. U.S. Representative Bobby Wexler, Democrat of Boca, sued in federal court, stating that the inability of the touchscreen machines in 15 counties to provide a printed record violates the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution. Oh, the Constitution, that's just a GD piece of paper, your president says. Because 52 other Florida counties have optical scanners that use paper that can be manually recounted, just to be show. To answer its critics, voting machine manufacturer Election Systems and Software spent at least 2 years developing a printer to go along with its iVotronic in use in Broward and Dade. Russ Clement, the lobbyist for Election Systems and Software in Broward, began showing the new printer to county officials this month in an attempt to drum up interest. A roll of paper in each printer is locked and sealed behind a glass window. Every vote is recorded on the paper, and the voter can view the record through the glass. Through the looking glass, Alice. If a voter decides to change a vote before leaving the booth, the device prints the first vote has been canceled and replaces it with a new vote. Only a poll clerk with a key can open the machine. It's totally secure, said Jill Friedman, spokeswoman for the company. Pete Corwin, assistant to the county administrator, got a peek at the printer on Monday, spelled wrong in the Sun Sentinel, and said it seemed to satisfy voters and county commissioners' demands for a paper record of the electronic voting. There are some drawbacks, though. They say the written record can't be read by the visually impaired. They didn't know how this could be solved. Staff said the current version of the printer may be too bulky for poll workers to handle easily. So I guess the Beast's fiance wouldn't be able to benefit from this, the visually impaired.
That's not right.
What do you mean it's not right?
She can see just fine.
Yeah. I hear she wears glasses thick as Coke bottles.
That is true. She does wear glasses.
See? Coke bottle glasses. She actually thinks you look like Brad Pitt. It's like a little black box, Rodram. Commissioner John Robson said there's no written accountability, no way to recount the votes. He warned the price for new printers will be an issue as well. Well, there you go. We don't want to have anything in Florida that would make elections too accurate and too checkable.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Blow.
Hey, you look different. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Did you change the color of your hair?
No, I I didn't change my hair color? Got a haircut. I did not get a haircut.
You shaved your beard off.
No, I still have my beard.
You're working out?
No, I'm not working out.
You look different.
I know. I stepped on a rake. It shattered my nose. Both of my ears fell off, and so I got 2 speakers from both. I'll have surgery, the first of its kind. And my team of physicians say I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna wake up with a new set of lips and eyes. And I'll be better than new, normal like you. My features will change, but I'll be the same race. When doctors finish giving me my brand new face, it's gonna be like Halloween every day of the year. When I get my new face, I've got a brand new face. Look at my brand new face.
I knew you looked different.
It's 11:47, 13 till noon at QM. We got the Mo Meister coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The indefatigable, whatever that means. Mo Howard David. How is Mo doing?
Doing what?
Anything on the poll? He's got Mo got Mo.
Mofo.
See, there you go with that crap again.
What?
No wonder you're sick all the time. I think God is punishing you, or maybe Joyce. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personalities here the last 25 years, in case you tuned in late, we're starting all over again. In all fairness to all concerned, we want to make this scientific and fair, don't we? Absolutely.
Right.
No.
A lot depends on this.
The future of many of these people is hinging on the outcome of this poll. Phil Henry, 43. Randy Rhodes, 37. Keep your eye on that number. If it starts, like this afternoon, I'm going to keep my eye peeled on it. Mad Dog, 29. Suds and Rick, 25. Pharrell's got 18. See? Right there. That's a big change. George has got 17. You're on Pharrell's ass. Bob Lassiter, 12. Hank Goldberg, 9. Jeff Defo DeForest, 6. Ron and Ron, 6. Craig Worthing, 5. Mike Ranieri, 5. Mo Howard David, 4. The most disruptive and divisive human being on the face of the earth. Dan LeBastard, 3. Eddie K, 3. Herman McQueen, 3. Ricky Tiki Shaw, 3. Alice Rantel, 3. Now, wait a minute. What did Alice have before? On the first one, out of 1,700 votes, he only had 2, and now he's got 3? See what I'm saying?
Wait, friend.
What are you eating now?
Croutons.
Cretins? You're eating cretins.
From Crete.
Bill Calder, 3. Steve Geldstein, 2. Joe Rose has got a pair. Don Cox, 2. Alan Burke, 2. 1 for Joe Zagacki. Still spelled wrong. It's Z-A-G-A. What's wrong with
working
me?
on it.
Oh, God. Joe Zagacki. Well, what difference does it make? Lenny Martez, 1. Boog Shambi, the Boosters, got 1. Kimbo Camper, 1. Orlando, the Big O's got 1. Did I put, or we put Kimba? Who put that on there?
Me.
I forgot about it. Sorry, Kimba. Although it says personality. Larry Kent, 1. Greg Vidal, 1. Big Wilson, 1. Hello, Big. Stan Majors got 1. Joey Reynolds, 1. Paul Castronova, 1. Jerry Wishner's got 1. Alan Courtney, 1. Bill Smith, 1. And none for Drew Michaels, Jazz McKay, The Crow, Joyce Kaufman, Norma Kent. You ain't got none, Norma. Jerry Williams, Roby Young, Dave Caprita, Lee Fowler, Bill Tanner, Sonny Fox, Steve Kane, or Sandy, lovely lady Peyton. I wonder if I think she's the same person as Peyton Manning. 267. So I would think that by the end of this hour, we're going to be close to like a total of 2,000. If you add them aside by each, see what I'm saying? We're going to go way over 2,000 on this. Does it really make a difference? No, but we like it. It makes us feel good. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Could you put Diane Ray on your poll?
Who?
Diane Ray, used to be on WFTL.
Never heard of her.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Have a great day.
Okay. No, I'm not. She used to be on. See, you talk show groupies out there. Diane Ray. Is there anybody living You know who also we could have put on there? What's that fat black chick that used to be, or maybe she was white, I don't know, that used to be on WS News?
Sorry.
Oh, and there's another fat, wait a minute, maybe think of another fat chick, Shirley Peters.
All right.
Who was also a.k.a. the psychic, she was, speaking of fat black chick, she was with, what's her name, on the psychic hotline? Your good friend, Bo Schwo Griffin. Remember her?
Oh, I'll never forget her.
From the old Bo and Joe show? At any rate, and of course, then Bo got to be a big shot. She wanted to start doing her shows on Power from out in L.A. You know, this business of people doing their shows from the house, you know, it just doesn't work.
What a scam.
Horrible.
Yeah. And who was the other? Shirley Peters. And who was it? Oh, Debbie Ellis. Debbie Ellis. I don't think she was black. I don't know what she was. I never met her. She was horrible on the air. But she'll get some votes. You'll see. Let's see. Where's that thing? We got a drop in about her. Oh, come on. Where the hell is it? Come on, Dice Man. You can do it. It's in here, so I'll find it. If it's the last damn thing I do, and it might take till about 1:45. Where the hell is that? Oh, here's one.
Hank Goldberg is a hippopotamus. Oh!
See, trying to get people to lose a little weight doesn't work. Oh, that Debbie Ellis, she's a cow. Where is that thing? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
But I don't find it. Do you? You got it?
I'm not sure which one it is.
It's under Dice.
No, I know, but which particular one? There's only like 50.
I see.
Tell that Tom Dennenberg to grow up. Oh! WIOD, what do you want? Oh! WFLA sucks. Oh!
Oh, here's another one for Pat Riley.
The Heat sucks. Oh!
And another one that's very timely.
Let me tell you something, pal. The New York Jets suck. Oh!
How come we don't use these all the time? Well, what's this one?
That bull is a skill. Oh!
Oh, that's for the Beast there, for his Hurricanes that always have to play Temple in them at least. Oh, and here's another one.
Tampa Bay blows. Oh!
Beauty. What am I looking for? I still can't find the
Debbie
Ellis
Ellis
one.
No, I don't even
and
remember
I've
what it
played
was called.
not that long ago, like maybe within the last 20, 30 years.
Really?
Well, it's not worth it, okay? Put her on there, Debbie Ellis.
We did.
Boy, is she a cow. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. Debbie Ray, the guy said, from Life. In my life, I never heard such a person. Diane, what is it?
Diane Ray.
Diane
Never heard
Rand?
of it. No.
How about Angela Ray?
There you go.
Yeah, what?
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hi, can I speak to Neil, please?
Speaking.
Neil, what's up, buddy?
What do you got, Pally?
Hey, I want to stray off topic here for a second. Is that okay?
Whatever you want. This show has always been about whatever you got, if you got anything, which is usually not the case, but go ahead.
I need you to do me a favor. I got a weird request. How do I put this? I want to know where I can find all the radio bits from like the last 10 years, the real obnoxious ones like Dr. Shapiro, because I want to do like a parody spoof.
See, there he goes, attacking our fine sponsors now. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. See, this guy don't know the difference between bits and commercials, okay?
Right.
Although, quite frankly, nevertheless, moving right along. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Nice try there across the street, and it going to work. What a shame. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What about Jim DeFeedy?
What about him? He's fat and grotesque.
What about add him to the poll?
Why is that? Is he a radio personality? What
He
is
is now.
He is what?
He is a personality on the radio.
On what station is that?
610.
On WIOD?
On the weekends, yes.
They put that tub of garbage on the air?
Well, he's got a face for radio.
That's for damn sure. No, the answer is no. I mean, how long could he been on? Like, probably since he got canned at the Herald, so that's like, put him in there the last 25 years. We're talking about somebody who means something in a market, somebody important, like Joyce Kaufman. Not freaking Jim DeFetus. God, what is wrong with you people? WQAM, hello.
Yes, want to talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, 2 names for your list.
Yes?
Alex Bennett and Tom Don't Like Us.
All right. How could we forget? We've been trying to forget about both of them.
Actually, and you mentioned Alice Rantel earlier.
Yes.
And with a radio accident yesterday, he was on with Sean Hannity for about 30 or 40 minutes.
Oh, what a good pair of match would make.
I can't, but the name came out of the past. And he's more conservative than I am, which is, you know, I mean, it was scary. But he was out in San Francisco.
I guarantee you Sean Hannity would like to fry that queen in the oven. I guarantee you that.
I don't know. They sounded pretty close. It might be
well,
Sean.
you know, that whole Miss Drudge thing, birds of a feather flock together.
I think so, but he was out in San Francisco, and he was awful giddy when he was about to be, you know, when the Tukey was about to be fried.
Yeah.
Alice was jumping up and down.
They should have made a package deal. Thanks a lot, Pally.
So, how do you spell Leykis?
Alex Bennett and Tom don't like us. Leykis, as in kiss this. Leykis, Tom Leykis. With that leather jacket, baby, gets in the car in the middle of the night and left town. That's a true story. I don't care how he tries to color it. You know, I should write a book.
You should. You really should.
No, the problem is because, you know, I'm a local yokel and I'm only on the air in Miami, so who the hell would buy it? But I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, we'll sell it cheap.
How come, I don't know, am I in the wrong hour? Oh, I already I'm so far ahead of myself. I already threw out the page for the last hour. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Not that vacation's coming up or anything like that.
This is Neil Rogers.
All right.
This is 560 QAM.
It's the 12 to 1 hour. Yeah, at least for today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This here is the King. I know I haven't been around much for a while, but I want y'all to know that up here in rock and roll heaven, I'll be thinking of you this Christmas. I'd like to give y'all a special Christmas message. A message of peace. Like, how about a little piece of that pie going by? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, Christmas is a time of hope, a time of joy, a time for loving. And I sure would love a big slice of that pizza you got there. Thank you. Thank you very much. No worry about that. Oh, yeah, Christmas. Now, Christmas to me means family. And family means friends. And friends means getting together. And getting together means eating. Oh, pass me that drumstick, would you please? Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And I just want to say to you right now, you know, I may be a big star, maybe too big. But ain't nobody so big you can't reach out a helping hand. Would you hand me a helping of those mashed potatoes over there, would you please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, like I was saying, ain't nobody so big you can't stoop to help a friend in need over the holiday season. Now, speaking of season, you want to pass me that salt sugar when you get the chance? Thank you. Yeah, just unscrew the cover. That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this Christmas, why don't y'all take a tip from old Eos? No, leave those steak tips right where they are. You know what I mean? No, I appreciate it. Thank you. I want you to remember, we're all part of God's great big family. And you know God made man unto his own image. And look in the mirror, I'd have to say God must be a big, big son of a gun. You know what I mean? I think you do. But I especially want y'all to remember this one last thing. When you're all at home this Christmas, stringing that popcorn up on the tree, save a big, big bowl for the king. Extra butter, know what I mean? I think you do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And save a big bowl for the cream, too, while you're at it. 12:02 at 560 WQAM. Happy Tuesday, December 13. It's lucky 13 for us today. You want to know why?
Why?
I haven't got any idea.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll find out by 2 o'clock. Maybe because Mo is on today. Maybe because the Mad Dog is doing 2.5 hours. Maybe because we got the Panther and the Nashville hockey game tonight at the Mac Arena. Or maybe because Eddie K will be on with the odds on whether anybody's going to go to the next game. Let's see, the next game after this, the Red Wings in town Thursday. All those phony or front-running Red Wing fans will be there with their Red Wing jerseys on, their T-shirts and their outfits and their Red Wing oh, jeez. See, it's one thing if you're really a fan of a team. That's one deal. But all these bandwagon jumpers, boy, the Red Wings won a couple of Stanley Cups, and right away, every time the Red Wings come to town, there'd be like 5,000 people in there with Red Wing paraphernalia on. How many people from Detroit you think live in South Florida?
About 30, man.
All the Midwesterners, for whatever reason, they went to the west coast of Florida, most of them. The Chicago people, the Detroit people, they moved down south. They went to Tampa and like Sarasota.
Yeah.
You know that my boss was up, when I worked at WSPB in 1973, Cliff Lanson was the general mangler. And because I would say sorry soda on there, he had a nervous breakdown about that. And the mayor's name at that time was Soto. And I used to call him Soda. And he just, I don't know. Hey, Snooky, too bad. He's probably dead by now, Snooky Lanson. All right. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality or show of the last 25 years is 309 votes. And guess what? 309 and 1667 is what? 309, 19.
Well,
Oh,
that's
man,
me.
1976. That was a very good year.
That's when I was born.
Until Jimmy Carter got elected. Well, at least Gerald Ford, they tossed his ass out. I beg your pardon, Jerry. Jerry Ford couldn't walk, chew gum, or speak at the same time. Other than my favorite talk host, Phil Henry, 57, Randy Rhodes, 44. Now, see, I believe that. Don't you?
Sure, why not?
Mad Doggy, 35. Scuds and Rick, I just changed again. Phil, 58. Randy, 45. Mad Dog, 37. Suds and Rick, 29. I think they left the letter off the second guy's name, the first letter. George Rodriguez, 23. Pharrell, 18. Bob Lassiter, 12. Hey, there you go, Bob. Here's something to hang your hat on. Hank Goldberg, 11. Mike Ranieri, 8. Jeff DeFlora, 7. Ron and Ron, 6. Eddie K, 5. Craig Worthing, 5. Michael Oosting didn't get any yet. Herman and McBean, 5. Mo Howard David stuck at 4 there. Danny LeBastard, boy, 3. Boog Shambi, 3. You see that even in the vote total are together. There's something really, huh?
I see that.
Something really interesting with those two. Don Cox, 3. Rick Shaw, 3. Joy Reynolds, 3. Alice Rantel, she's got 3. Alan Burke, 3. Bill Calder, 3. Lenny Martez has got 2. Oh, he's got to. He's got to start speaking English is what he's got to. Man, he's bad. The Big O's got a pair. He's also marginal. Steve Goldstein, 2. Joe Rose, 2. Castanova's got 2. Pretty weak, Paulie, after all these years. And by the way, we still don't want to hire you. Jazz McKay, 1. 1 for Joe Zagacki, Kimba B, Larry Kent, Jerry Williams, Greg Budell, Big Wilson, Stan Major, Jerry Wichner, Alan Courtney, Bill Smith, and none yet. 0. Out of 318, none for Tom Likas, Alex Bennett, Debbie Ellis, Shirley Peters, Drew Michaels, Warren the Crow Marty, Joyce Kaufman, Norma Kent, Roby Young, Dave Caprita, Lee Fowler, Bill Tanner, Sonny Fox, Steve Kane, or Sandy Payton, lovely lady. But she's always, since she ran off with Ann Bishop's body, she's been in a really much better mood, and her money too, I believe, or at least part of it.
Yeah.
She's been in a really good mood, old Sandy. What's that?
Oops.
That isn't what I wanted to hit. That's about the first time that's happened in a long time. It's called sticking your finger in the wrong place.
Rectum.
Yeah. Some people have a habit of doing that. In fact, I think that's what happened. That caller that was just freaking out on the phone and laughing and yucking. I think he had a digit.
Have a nice day.
There she goes. Now we're talking.
I would love to keep you all to myself.
Oh, God. What a bitch. The stories at IOD about how they hated her like poison were legendary, but on the air she was so sweet and syrupy. See, what you don't get what you think you're getting, okay? What you get is not what you see or hear. Trust me when I tell you. It's like me. I happen to be a nice guy, but you sure never know it. A homemade more bad news from Iraq. Boy, things are really coming up roses there, aren't they?
Aren't they?
A homemade bomb killed 4 Task Force Baghdad soldiers today. The U.S. military says the 4 died while on patrol northwest of the capital, which brings the number of service members killed to a nice, even, easy-to-remember 2150. 2150. Okay? But it won't stay there for long. It's zooming up. And, as if that isn't good enough news, in Ramadi, a Sunni Arab candidate in this week's elections in Iraq was shot and killed today. An Interior Ministry spokesman said, and the American military reported what we know about the dead soldiers. So there you go. Only good news. Only good things. And, of course, still got a tremendous number of people with no electricity and no drinkable water, stuff like that. But nonetheless, and ABC News, boy, are they on the payroll now or what? Disney must have made some kind of a deal with the devil. Because their newscasts now, they got Elizabeth Vargas in Baghdad, and she's showing all the merchants and the little kids at ballet school. Did you see? I caught the ass end of that because the local 18 carries Channel 18 on the cable, which is Buffalo.
No, I've been
affiliate.
really good at avoiding
that. They carry
that.
Squeal of Fortune. So I didn't avoid the last 2 minutes last night. And there was Elizabeth Vargas. Now that they put those two losers on together, man, are their numbers going to be crap or what? And let me just tell you one other thing.
Yeah.
If CBS puts Katie Couric on there, as is rumored to be, and pay her $1 zillion, what makes anybody think that anyone's going to watch her for the news?
Oh, well, she's perky.
Hank will.
I see. Katie Couric is hot. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I said she's perky.
No, that's not what the B said. He said Hank will watch her.
Yeah, they used to date or something.
They used to date?
Yeah, back as she was down here, and I don't know. He went on a few
Humper
dates
and
with
Katie Couric used to date?
Yeah, they went on a few dates, yeah.
Maybe they used to eat dates.
Oh, my God. Figs and dates. Boy, they're bad. High carbs, man. Figs and dates.
Totally.
No wonder he got so huge. Anyway, does she have credibility?
No.
Is she really hot?
No.
Has she got anything other than being on the Today Show and being very boring and doing insipid interviews?
No.
No. But you know something? Any network that would put old fuddy-duddy Bob Schieffer Okie Dokie on there, it wouldn't surprise me because they're desperate. They're desperate that they caved in and they fired Danny Bohr long before his time. Bad move, CBS, and you're paying a wicked price for it. I'm back to a Martian Brian Williams myself.
That's what I watch.
What's wrong with The Martian? Just because he's got a bizarre head and...
Got to get used to it, but...
85 teeth. 85 little tiny teeth. They're all like jagged and pointed in different directions. It's kind of fun. 5670560, pound 560. We're talking about the human race and its limited future is what we're talking about, and especially because this religious, all these Getchkis have got control of the world now. God almighty. I was thinking that this morning. I was in the shower, and I was thinking to myself, box or urn?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Or scattered.
Or scattered. Do I want to get cremated? I think cremated is the way to go. Or do I want to be in a box? I don't think I want to be rotting in a box.
You know, they've got
a long
that
time.
thing now where they take your ashes and compress them into a diamond, and then someone can wear you
That
as,
would be a
as,
beautiful thing.
as jewelry.
Ooh, somebody real pretty could wear that and pass it along. But anyway, box or urn. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, all this crap. How could anybody believe in this afterlife garbage? Oh, well, man has a soul. Well, I got news for you. Dogs don't think so.
It earns.
Cats don't think so. Lizards don't think so. Dinosaurus don't think so. Minosaurus don't believe it. Man's got a soul. My ass. Your soul's going to be up there in heaven, sitting around with the angels and with the Lord, praising the Lord.
That's all you do.
You
just praise
Jesus,
and
Jesus. He sent His only begotten Son to be brutally butchered on the cross. What a wonderful God. He is perfect, you know. Seriously, how can who did more for the religious community, okay? Just pathetic.
Those parts.
So, you know, the only way to survive and keep your sanity is just ignore all of that. You're not going to change anything. You can't, because it's just gone on for too long. But here we are, thousands of years later, and the ramblings of primitive, ignorant, superstitious morons. Oh, the good book says this. I think I said this yesterday, but I'm getting all whipped up about it because it's so aggravating. And arguing about which fairy tales are more accurate. Well, why don't we also argue about Grimm's fairy tales? Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas. Gotcha!
Happy
Bill
Kwanzaa.
O'Reilly is the Antichrist,
Gotcha.
you know what? Hey, by the way, Bill. Anyway, happy holidays.
Falafel.
Don't start talking with the food stuff now, will you, please? Then you start with the falafel balls, and then Duff will come in. Oh, gee, and Duff start crying. Of course, it doesn't take too much to get Duff crying. By the way, Duff's going to the doctor. He's ill. He's telling me about the color of his snot this morning. If there's one thing I don't need to hear is about the color of anybody's snot.
Plaid, I heard.
Yeah. No, those were his checkered pants. He said he thought it was just a little mucus, but it's not. And don't start again with it. Now, I bet you the beast eats boogers. I guarantee you that.
I have never once eaten a booger.
How about somebody else's?
Well, that's a different story.
Now that would really man, see, this is my new concept of helping you diet. If that didn't make you lose your appetite, can you even begin to imagine that?
What's that?
Oh, maybe it might be appetizing. Listen, they take chocolate-covered ants. I bet you if they covered it in chocolate, you'd eat it.
Oh, sure, without a doubt. Especially white chocolate.
No, I was going to say dark chocolate. I like it dark myself, the chocolate anyway. Now, white chocolate's fat. Here's a fax that says, what about Art Riley? Art Riley, I thought Art Riley was in Chicago on WLS 100 years ago. I used to listen to the longtime WID morning newscaster when he and Brooke Austin were together, says Chris. Well, Chris, I'll pray for your soul, you old toad, but that's a little before anybody's time. Chris ought to kiss that sheet of paper that he faxed to us that he is still alive. Is that incredible?
That's incredible.
I mean, I've been on the market for 600 years before Jesus was an infant, and these people are like sending me names that nobody ever, even their parents never heard of these people. 12:13 at 560 WQM. It's that most wonderful time of the year, unless, of course, you hate the crowded malls, the long registered lines, and the parking hassles. So this year, make your gift giving a lot easier for you and your loved ones. Get them a Dial-A-Mattress gift certificate. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you can order a Dial-A-Mattress gift certificate in any denomination, and a brand-new bed makes a perfect gift that'll last for years. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you choose from the top names, too. They got Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Stearns, Bananas, Foster, and Tempur-Pedic, too. Maybe your bed suffered damage from the hurricane. Maybe it's like waterlogged. Maybe you need a bed for those last-minute uninvited holiday guests. Whatever the deal is, just make that one easy call that I've been telling you about for years, 1-800-Mattress, and you'll get same-day delivery from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. and they still let you choose the date and time for delivery to fit your schedule. Dial Mattress is proud of their record of being on time 99.7% of the time, which is why they're ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction in the universe. I wouldn't dream of buying a mattress any other way, and you should be doing the same. Before those guests arrive, pick up that phone and call 1-800-MATTRESS or log on to their website, mattress.com. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for Squeaky.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Word Neil said if his tongue was notarized.
Absolutely.
Burning down the Christmas tree at the Christmas party bash. Yelling and screaming and hollering, everybody's pretty trashed. Burning down the Christmas tree, then relieving ourselves outside. Later we'll pull a fire alarm, then run like hell and hide. Help yourselves, got 2 full kegs of beer left in the rear.
One moment, please. The freeping has started, okay? Take a look to your right. Take a look at the screen, okay? Got it?
Look at that.
Only out
It didn't take long.
get my jollies, deck my balls with boughs of holly. Burning down the Christmas tree just for giggles and for carols cranked on the stereo, all the neighbors are having fits. Burning down the Christmas tree, it's a beer-filled holiday. Damn sure you will have a blast when you do Christmas our way.
Okay, 1219, the Freepers, Jeepers, Creepers, they're at it again. What a surprise.
Since you said that,
yes.
I popped it on mine and it had 81, and it went from 81 to 103. They're coming in like 22 votes at
What
a
did
time.
I say?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 107 now. I'm way ahead of you. Pretty soon
Wow.
it'll be 50 million votes for the goddess. All right. Wow. Man, oh, man. It just, I am pleased to see, though, that they're all over our website like Stink on Greg. That's great. I said something about, Duff was in this morning. I said, where's George? Is he sick again? I said, he's taking a Matty Bell. And he just, does Miguel know? Have we called somebody? That Muffmeister, man, you talk about out of touch with reality. He's taking a Matty Bell, okay? I'd make the sound effect, Duff, but Joyce will get upset. Anyway, here's a fax that says, how could you feel? Oh, the great Ernie Sochin. All right. Let's get him on here. Sochin.
Right.
You got it right there on the fax. He did that socks show, man. Never have a pair of socks lived as long as that Ernie Sochin show on socks. He was good guy to Ernie. I like Ernie a lot. I'm not going to knock him. Awful on the air, but a good guy. How you doing, Ernie? How's it going, eh? Also, can you play the School of Broadcasting bit? It brings me to tears. Oh, it brings me to tears to be on this station, believe me. No problem, Pedro. It's coming up. It brings me to tears. Yeah, when I think about so many of the people that are working on the air on this station and in the market in general. I would say right now this is the all-time, just like with our sales department, at least we're consistent. I mean, there is nobody in that sales department who's sold anything on this show in so long. It's like record-breaking. And the people on the air that we got, speaking of people we got in the building, you know that Tommy weighs 171 pounds?
Does he?
Do you find that hard to believe?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what he said. He came in there yesterday. See, Tommy came in and got on a scale, no problem at all, on the doctor's scale, and he pushed the little thing over there. 171. Of course, he probably had 20 pounds of pot under each arm.
Right, maybe sand
so
in
it
his
inflated
pockets.
the total a little bit. But I can't, because, I mean, how tall would you say, Tommy? About 6'1"?
Maybe 6 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
At
about.
least 6 feet. But he's scrawny. How can he weigh 171?
Well, he's not as scrawny as he used to be.
Yeah, he's
just
working
looks
out.
normal.
Is he, like, getting a little more normal? Well, Tommy's a good guy, okay? I can't
Yes,
think
he
of
is.
too many others in the building, but we like Tommy a lot. Other than that, not too much. But anyway, here's the, yeah, we got that. Yeah, the freeping is, oh, look, 132.
Wow, you're way ahead of me.
135. They're coming in chunks. This is most amusing. Now, do you notice it took an hour and 20 minutes before the grapevine got going? I think the Beast has got his nose on this one. Somebody has got their finger, because even our own Freeper, I don't think, could ever come up with this many, you know? I mean, they're coming in just enormous chunks. And now we're up to 470. We got like 2,100 votes between yesterday and today. We're redoing the pool, trying to get it more scientific, and the freepers out there. I think if Eric is capable, I don't know how we do this. I think Eric could probably do it, because he's the only one that can change an entry that's already on there.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to put like 3 asterisks after Randy's name, and then at the bottom of the pool put freeped.
We could do that.
Yeah, let's see if Eric can do that. Eric's a magician. We appreciate you, Eric, even though you don't believe it. We do. It's a labor of love. Whoa! No, we do. We appreciate you a lot. Some days. A 37-year-old woman who is 7 months pregnant by her 15-year-old groom says she prefers older men, but the teenager aggressively wooed her. This is in Atlanta. And she ain't really all that bad looking either. Did you see her, Lisa Clark?
Who?
Lisa Clark.
No. Who's that?
Let me say it again. 37-year-old woman. She is 7 months pregnant by her 15-year-old groom. Lisa Clark.
Oh, that story.
You seen it?
No. I heard about it, though.
She is charged with child molestation, statutory rape, and enticing a child for indecent purposes. I bet you he thought it was pretty decent. Said in TV interviews yesterday that she still hopes to make a life with him and their baby. Oh, great. She's having his baby. Odious Coates. Boy, I forgot her name. Until I got... Where did I see that? It's on my
your collection, right? Yeah.
On my collection there. Yeah, my Time Life. Paul Anka and Odious Coates. She said the morality of the relationship was open to debate, noting that in the past it was common for 13-year-old girls to be given in marriage. They're making a big deal out of a 15-year-old, she told WAGA-TV in Atlanta, and I can assure you there was no victim. It's not like they're making it out to be. Actually, I told him no several times because I prefer someone older, but he was just so nice and so sweet, she said. Evidently not too sweet. The boy who had been on probation on an unrelated burglary charge was ordered yesterday to return to juvenile detention after relatives he was living with said they could not handle him. Out of control. Slap him around a little bit, okay? Clark was arrested last month after the couple's November 8 wedding. Georgia law allows children of any age to marry without parental consent if the bride-to-be is pregnant. The law dates to the early 60s and was written to discourage out-of-wedlock births. Clark denied marrying the teen to try to avoid prosecution. I told the detective that I got married because I wanted the baby to have his name. I wanted to be married when the baby came, she said. It's always a good idea, George, when the baby arrives to be married.
All right.
Clark said the baby, and then, of course, get a quickie divorce. Clarky said the baby is a boy, wouldn't have the middle name of her new husband who's not been identified by authorities because he's underage, 15. I got to tell you, I think 17 would be okay. I think, just my opinion, who the hell am I to, 15's too young. Can we
For
agree
what?
on that?
For what?
Oh, I wasn't too young to knock her up, but I mean, just too young to be married.
Yeah.
I think 50 is too young to be married, quite frankly. And George,
100.
I think George would agree.
100 is too young to be married.
Okay, let's get those asterisks on there. Maybe we got them already. I don't know. I know it's going to take some real labor of love.
He's working on it.
He puts Randy. Attaboy, Eric! Oh! You go, fatso. I shouldn't say Eric is fat because he's a sliver of his former self, and compared to the Beast, he's like Slim Pickens. He puts Randy Rhoads freeped. That's beautiful. I just love the way it just got to me when I saw it. Freeped. 156 votes. She is just pulling away. So this verifies what I told you yesterday, man. You can't pull the old wool over there, Chef Woolley over this old queen's eyes. I'll tell you that. So I'm not even going to give her a total.
Well, you know what this proves, don't you?
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh. I'm not going to give her a total. If you want to see it, go online and look at it, okay, and laugh yourself silly. Phil Henry, 75. Jim Maddich, 47. Rick and Suds, 40. George Rodriguez, 29. Pharrell. Aren't you surprised Pharrell's only got 19? See, I don't think
Ben, the short attention span and short memory of this audience is astounding.
How about Bob Lassiter's got 19? He's been off the air for 6 years and off the air in South Florida for
but you've been
20
talking
years.
About him lately, so.
Well, yeah, but he's been away.
But that's it.
I see, so we don't talk about Pharrell? Get out of here. I just played that crappy together bit today for crying out loud. You're making excuses, man. I think he was all bluster, mostly. I don't think he was, a lot of bluster. Although Beast likes him a lot because he shares with him. Lassiter, 19, Hank Goldberg, 16, Jeff DeFlores, 9, Mike Rennery, 9. I'll only give a few of these. Mo Howard David at 7, Ron and Ron, 7. After that, it's really small potatoes so far. Dan LeBastard's got 3, and Boog Shambi's got, 4? How do you like that? Anybody else of interest? Who's got none? Ernie Sochin. There's no S on the end of Ernie Sochin, by the way.
That's what the faxer had on there.
I know. It's my bad. I should have told you. Debbie Ellis, that cow. Shirley Peters, another cow. Drew Michaels with a crow. Joyce Kaufman. Norma Kent, no votes, Norma. Lee Fowler, Sonny Fox, and Sandy Payton. All have got the big, although they all are.
Rock solid.
And were. Well, this is a lot of fun today. I don't know. A lot of work, too. Man. Oh, wait till you hear what movie is leading to Golden Globes. I'll give you one hint.
Gay.
Well, you know that already.
Oh, that cowboy movie. Oh, they're just
Brokeback,
raving about it.
I wonder how they broke their back. Had something to do with their
rectum.
27 past noon at QAM. Dry Concepts is going strong, baby. I've been telling you about them for the last 100 years, and I've used it in my homes for about 21 plus years now. They are the best when it comes to cleaning your carpets. And with the holidays here, it's time to make the call to have your home completely sanitized. Not just your carpets, the whole deal. Dry Concepts also specialize in upholstery cleaning, leather cleaning, drapery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, water damage restoration, pet odor treatments, mattress cleaning to get rid of those nasty, biting dust mites, and lots more. And during this month, during December, Dry Concepts has got a special offer that will keep you sleeping like a baby. Maybe that baby that chick in Atlanta is going to have. No matter how clean your home is, it's almost impossible to get rid of dust mites. And did you also know that dust mites, George, are the #1 cause of allergies? Aha. So do yourself and your family a big favor. Get rid of those dust mites today by calling Dry Concepts. Don't forget now, whether it's your carpeting, your upholstery, leather furniture, drapery, oriental rugs, or this month's special dust mite cleaning, the only company you want to be calling is Dry Concepts. But they've been around a long time. While the others have come and gone, they're still going strong, and I still use them all the time. And the only company you ought to think about using, they give you a written guaranteed price up front before they start doing their spectacular job. In Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches, call Dry Concepts toll-free, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Or on the Wicked Web, log on to dryconcepts.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Floridians, dumb as dirt.
WQAM is proud to bring you the WQAM School of Broadcasting. Yes, you too can have an illustrious career in the wonderful world of radio, if you follow our curriculum. The course is free. Of course, you'll work for free. Call 1-800-WANNABE and speak to our Director of Education, Mr. Lenny Martez.
So, you want me a broadcaster?
A what?
A broadcaster.
Yeah.
Broadcaster.
Broadcaster,
well,
right.
Can you say news? News.
News.
No, it's not news. It's news.
News.
I'll take you on a tour. You need help. Here, we have the Joe Rose Beginners Course.
Wait. Repeat after me, man. Wait. It's good. Wait.
Over here, we have the effective delivery room.
Wait, I know what you mean. Wait, give us a call. All you gotta do is call us right now. Repeat after me.
And over here, we have the hate subjectivism.
And open your books to page 14. Repeat after me. And, no, that's what I want you to repeat. Go ahead. Okay.
And over in this room is Josie 101.
Yes, it's the wonderful world of radio. Radio, where you can hear your own voice. Let the WQAM School of Broadcasting provide you with the essential tools you'll need to make your wet radio dreams come true. I mean, one come true.
12:34 QM. So anyway, during the break, and I've been checking on old Blabo's blog ever since we got the facts on Friday.
That's what he said.
I beg your pardon?
That's what he said.
And there was not a new one on here today. So during the break, I thought, well, maybe he's got something on here. Had nothing to do with me, because I figured the last person he's going to write about is me, because that would be like crediting me with whatever. And I don't really need that.
Right.
I'm getting a nice fat paycheck twice a month. I don't need that. But now he writes this one, and unlike the rest of the blog, which is all written in like normal type, this is in bold, dark black type. You know, there's something genuinely wrong with a guy who checks in here numerous times a day to see if I'll respond to his petty ranting somewhere else. I mean, come on, Nelson. How many readers do you think I have from Toronto? Is that choice?
This is like
Is that-
some sort of a
is there-
sick,
see, there-
twisted pen pal relationship.
Maybe you guys should get in a chat room together.
Yeah. Oh, we start speaking at each other in the chat room. See, he's checking the domain report to see how many times
Yeah.
I am checking this, because obviously it's giving him a vicarious thrill. So just like the Randy thing that's going on with the freeping of the pool, all the other underlings, all the other Klingons, the people who have ripped off all or part of my act over the years, now they all still gravitate back toward here. This is still the center of the universe.
You know what you could do is, you know those little birds that dip into the water glass and then back up?
Yeah.
Put one of those in front of your keyboard, hitting the refresh button like every 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get a lot of hits from Toronto, baby. I mean, how many listeners do you think I have in Toronto? Actually, I do have a few. We get a fax every now and then, as you know. And, of course, the Nelson thing, God forbid he should put Neil, because then people who read that might have a real good idea who that is. That is choice. Well, Blabo, thanks for saving my life through your death. And now I feel even more vindicated about what I said before. So, and this is probably going to save him a lot of money, okay, make his final days at least less desperate financially, because now he won't be playing anywhere near as much online poker. He'll be listening to this show online. And the price is right. It's free. Is that choice or what? In addition to which, see if I would respond to my petty rantings, and he does. He does. Which was the last thing I expected, huh?
Exactly. What does he think that is? I'll
How
show
many
you.
listeners do you think I have in Toronto? Well, whatever. Very sad. Anyway, I'm here and he's there, and that's good.
I'm here.
And you're
And
there.
you?
And who did more for talk radio, Bob Lassiter or Ernie Sochin? And the Beast is just being a mean, because he didn't know who any of these people are anyway. So
it's just funny though.
Is it really? That was just. I almost interrupted the spots. I was so blown away by that. That was just incredible. I have seldom in my life ever seen anything so typical and indicative of what we're dealing with here. You know, go back and play your poker. Don't worry. In fact, I thought the reason that you put a blog on there is because you want people to read it. In addition to which, he obviously put up whoever sent us that fax on Friday, who has never, by the way, sent another fax from Lakeland and listens online. That had to be like instigated. What do you think?
Maybe it was him.
I'm sure he'll respond to that statement there on his blog.
No, I'm not. Once, a couple
The
of
nerve
times
that he would think that I would put someone up to contact him on my behalf.
It's a blog war. Blog war.
What an ego that man has.
Oh, man. See, this is what happened. And how many times have we talked on this show about Lassiter in the last, 5 years? You can count them on the fingers of one hand, right? Once in a while we get a goofy call from the West Coast or something like that, but it's, well, whatever, come see, come saw, like out of sight, out of mind. The guy has been in the business for 6 years, even before he got deathly ill and whatever. And ordinarily, I don't wish anybody any bad health, no matter how much. There are 3 people in the world I would make an exception for on that. Wishing somebody bad health.
Okay.
Okay? One of them is him, and the other 2 will be unmentionable. One of whom is unmentionable, and the other one is... Okay, I think you got him down to a science now?
I think I do.
George knows him.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
I beg your pardon?
I got it.
You got at least 2 of them anyway.
I know 3. Trust.
Okay, good. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality who showed the last 25 years is Randy Rhodes Freep, now with an asterisk next to it, 205. Come on, that's not enough. Let's get 50,000 on there, then we might believe it, huh? Oh, God, this is hysterical. You see, what did I always tell you about ego? When you work in this market, you cannot have an ego. The only time I ever had an ego, and it was ridiculous, I'm embarrassed by it, was when I was at W Snooze. And I had, the first time I got the big book, and I had a 10 share, And here, I was like the center of the radio universe. I inherited the Alan Courtney nighttime audience, most over the age of 100, but nevertheless. And I had these huge numbers, and I kept them for a long time. So at that point, everybody that was on a weekend, I'd be in the car, maybe on the way to Pompano Park, and there'd be little Mike Spindell. Oh, how come we left Mike Spindell off of there? Let's get him on, too.
Who?
Mike Spindell.
2 L's.
Breaking news on CNN.
I beg your pardon?
Breaking news on CNN.
Gerald Ford taken to the hospital for tests in California. Oh, I hope Sissy Spacek don't, anyway, get in there. Now, what was I just going to say about Mike Spindell? I'd be in the car and he'd be saying, well, as Neil says, and of course I would just keep talking about Neil, whatever I say, be a parrot. And of course, over the years I had so many parrots, it's like I had a whole flock of them, repeating everything I'd say, doing my style, hanging up on the callers, bitching out old people, stuff like that.
Stealing your flow.
Yeah, stealing my material. I like that thing about old people. In fact, if you read about some of the Lassiter stuff on the various other websites, his unique style of attacking old people and dealing with the callers, it was nothing unique about it. It was all a rip-off, which is fine. He's not the first one who did that. But all of a sudden he's got, and I can understand. I'd be cranky too if I had my foot amputated and my vision was going and my days were numbered. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you be cranky?
That's
like
why
Harry
I'm cranky
Carey would
now.
say, like old cranky Matanky. So what are we doing here? Henry 84, Mandis 57, Sudson Rick 47, Little George has got 33. You're kicking ass. Pharrell 24, Bob Lassiter 24. See that, Bob? We're resurrecting your name. We're bringing it back to life again. Hank Goldberg 19, Jeff DeForest 10, Mike Ranieri 10, Mo Howard David 8, Ron and Ron 7, Eddie K 6, Herman McBean 6, Danny LeBastard 5, Big Wilson 5, and on down from there. Who's got none? That's what they like. Mike Spindell. Well, he just went on there, poor little Mike. Good guy, Mike Spindell, but horrible on the air. Don't you want to have a good time? No, there's nobody listening, Mike. That's why I got no calls. Don't you want to have a good time? Doing his trivia. Ernie Sochin, Debbie Ellis, Shirley Peters, Drew Michaels, Druzy. How you doing, Druzy? You going to be back on the air anytime soon?
No.
Joyce Kaufman, Norma Kent, Lee Fowler, Sonny Fox, Sandy Payton have all got the big.
Oh.
Norma Kent's ego will be wounded forever.
This is Neil Rogers. Oh. This is 560 QAM.
If you can spot the fat one.
Who's that man out in the morning? From 6 to 10 on SUN. He's the guy that makes Dom DeLuise cry. He likes to think he's number one. Blah Bell. He's bigger than the first Blah Bell. His eyelids are the most Blah Bell. The biggest man in radio today. He plays the songs that make you sleepy. He steals material from Neil.
Absolutely.
He gives the time when the weather's looking fine. It's time to play the song again. Blah Bell. He's bigger than the coast, Blah Bell. His eyelids are the most Blah Bell. The biggest man in radio today. Let's make the sun our sister station and bring the Blabbin' here today. And if the clap man could lose another kid, he'd have more boring songs to play. Blah Bell. He's bigger than the coast, Blah Bell. His eyelids are the most Blah Bell. The biggest man in radio today. Blah Bell. He's bigger than the coast, Blah Bell. His eyelids are the most Blah Bell. The biggest man in radio today.
12:49. Now, whatever you do, don't respond to my rantings, okay?
Right.
How could he have known that there were any rantings or what I was talking about unless...
Well, that same person that sent you the fax?
Oh, maybe he, contacted him, because Blabo certainly wouldn't be listening, online.
Right.
Prosecutors can subpoena Rush Limbaugh's doctors as part of an investigation into whether the conservative radio commentator illegally bought painkillers, the judge ruled yesterday. Judge David F. Crow. I wonder if he's kin to our Crow. What do you think?
Maybe.
Ruled that Florida laws do not prevent doctors from talking with prosecutors if the discussion is relevant to the prosecution of a crime. Like doctor shopping.
Right.
The decision gave prosecutors permission to subpoena doctors and their staff, but it also protected confidential material in Limbaugh's medical records. The judge noted that Florida law prohibits the discussion of a patient's medical condition and information disclosed by a patient during treatment. Prosecutors and an attorney for Limbaugh both said they benefited from the ruling. The court allows us to proceed within the constraints of present law, said Mike Edmondson, a spokesman for the state attorney in Palm Beach County. And Roy Black, Fat-Ass Rush's attorney, said in a statement that the decision upheld our argument that the state cannot breach doctor-patient confidentiality just because it's obtained some medical records, Black said. And yada, 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 and a partridge in a pear tree. And he's still on the air and still making millions and still spouting a bunch of bullcrap. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bill and Hillary both just killed a whole bunch of people while we weren't looking. Wouldn't you think?
Of course.
Okay, let's get back to those Golden Globes. Always did like those Golden Globes.
Me too.
Not necessarily the same ones. Brokeback Mountain.
Right.
Oh, my God. The story of two male cowboys grappling with their love. They were grappling more than with just their love. Grappling with their love for each other. I haven't seen that.
Wrangling.
I think, I beg your pardon?
I said, how's it going?
Was the top Golden Globe... I still can't get over that thing I just saw. It reminds me of Jack Buck in the World Series, that maybe the Beast numbers. I can't believe what I just saw. Remember that call?
Yeah.
I can't believe what I just saw. I just can't deal with it, you know. Actually, I was like taking an interest. I was like fascinating reading this stuff, and of course also the fact that it. And haven't I said how many times? 100 times in the last 3 shows that this is not so much on Friday, but yesterday and today. That by vicariously getting involved in this whole thing, it kind of like gave me a wake-up call and saving my life from eating all that ice cream and crap and sugar and killing myself with my diabetes. It's a positive thing, okay?
Your audience should send him a thank you card.
That's right. From Toronto. Brokeback Mountain, the story of two male cowboys grappling with their love. I think you had a good idea about putting that little woodpecker thing on there and just tapping out it. You got 7,000 responses on your domain report from Toronto, eh? Oh, God. Brokeback Mountain. I'll get through this sooner or later. Picking up 7 nominations, including Best Dramatic Picture. Was also nominated for Best Director, Ang Lee.
Ang.
I was just going to say that. Not. What else did Ang Lee do?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, big deal. Best Actor in a Drama, Heath Ledger. And Best Supporting Actress in a Drama, Michelle Williams, as well as Best Screen... Oh, Heath Ledger. He was in whatever we just liked.
Oh, what you call it? Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball.
Monsters Golden Globe.
As well as Best Screenplay, Best Original Score, and Best Original Song. Good Night and Good Luck, The Constant Gardener, History of Violence, and Match Point, also nominated for Best Dramatic Picture. Good Night and Good Luck is the Ed Murrow thing. The nominations came a day after Brokeback Mountain won the New York Film Critics Circle's Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor Ledger Awards. How do you like that?
All right.
Now, here's the list. Do we want to go through the list? Why the hell not?
List of what?
The list of the nominees for the
okay.
This is the Golden Globes. Oh,
I don't even count for nothing.
Huh?
I don't count for nothing.
No. Russell Crowe, Cinderella Man. Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Capote. Now, is that movie actually out yet?
It must be.
No idea.
I don't know, but at any rate, I think it's showing right now. I think I saw a spot for it the other day. One thing about Philip Seymour Hoffman, I do like him a lot, as you know, but he always looks like he's playing the same character.
Right. Well,
have you seen the previews, the spots for Capote?
No. Now he was a little bit different in. He was in Cold Mountain, that Civil War movie with Jude Law.
Didn't see it.
And he played kind of a Southern minister.
Yeah.
With long hair.
Oh.
So he's a little bit different in that capacity.
No, actually not really, because in Talented Mr. Ripley, Freddie was a totally different character.
That's true.
I take that back. Hey, Freddie, don't look at that statue. Up, too late. At any rate, I think it was just a coincidence that Matt Damon just played that character in the movie, because he just got married, and there's rumors that his wife is pregnant by somebody, probably not him, but nevertheless. So at any rate, I like Philip Seymour Hoffman a lot. The Capote thing, Truman Capote, who wrote In Cold Blood, he does a really great job, at least in the clip that I saw. But and then you got the gay cowboy movie. I think maybe Pat Robertson and Jerry Falwell got a point. The whole world is turning. You see that?
I see it.
Yeah. I think it's a fag conspiracy, if you ask me. And believe me, I should know. 5670560, pound 560. How come we haven't had another fax from that guy in Lakeland again? See, that would straighten it all out. I think, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
What was the phony name that Fat Boy's buddy was using on those faxes for a while there?
Which day?
No, don't you remember we had the series of faxes that we thought
Oh,
were like...
Lyle.
Lyle. There you go. Very good. As in Lyle, I love it. That's it. So I think that maybe the fax from Lakeland was a Lyle thing. Could maybe not. We'll see. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is Neil.
Sounds like me, yeah.
Oh, hey, no material. Just didn't know if you knew Philip Seymour Hoffman's from Fairport.
Fairport, New York, a suburb of Rochester, baby. All right.
Absolutely. All
And
right.
you'll be pleased to know that we're already up to minus 8 degrees here Celsius, which is about, 12 or 13 plus. Not too bad.
You can't take the ferry over there to back and forth anymore, I understand.
No, they won't let you take them anymore. Have a great
Okay,
day,
Neil.
Pally. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I think they, was I saying that on the air, or was I just telling somebody that the other day? I think they closed down the ferry. Well, first of all, I do believe that during some part of the wintertime, at least, Lake Ontario freezes. I really don't know. I shouldn't say that. I'm not sure whether it freezes over. But who at this time of the year, at this godforsaken time of the year, wants to hop on the old ferry and go from Rochester to Toronto or back to especially who wants to go to Rochester? Lilacs aren't looking too good this time of the year. There you go. Philip Seymour Hoffman is from Fairport, New York. All right. I bet you ain't never been in Fairport.
Nope.
Too late. You missed the good stuff. It's like a lot of places. You missed all the good stuff. Like in Boston, you missed the Princess Spaghetti House. Sorry. Now, when did you live there?
It was from 76 to 94.
Now, was Princess Spaghetti House still in business then? It
Wednesday's Prince Spaghetti night.
Oh. Well, no, but Prince Spaghetti also was
they had a restaurant.
Store.
Yeah,
they had a whole chain of restaurants.
Yeah,
they had like 100 different kinds of spaghetti with sausage, with meatballs, with both.
Now, do they call it the Prince Grotto? Was that?
Man, so, and Joe and Nemo's.
Yeah.
For the subs and Brigham's for the ice cream. Hot fudge sundae.
I used to get raspberry lime Rickies.
He's going to die with a big smile on his face.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Okay, this guy Perel. And when I'm up in Boca Chica slapping old women with painted lips around the pool, I listen to the Neil Rogers 1 to 2 hour. I listen to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour.
This is my wife. She wants gifts galore. Though my bank account's bare, these are my teens who want what I can't afford. After New Year's, those bills, they're just unceasing. Christmas is here, not far away, and your efforts trying to budget are in vain. Make no mistake, on holidays, you'll be overspending in so many ways. For heaven's sake, I gotta face shopping at the crowded mall, that's what I hate. With Christmas so near, I gotta say, I'm putting everything on layaway. I'm dying over here.
102, it's our gigantic, humongous, flaming 1 to 2 hour. Mo Howard, David coming up at 2. Mad Dog 4 to 6:30. Then that Panther stuff. Nashville at the Mac Arena, and Eddie K follows the hockey game. Panthers couldn't win a fixed game these days. It's kind of a shame. Watch that franchise kind of disappear. Big bulletin man from Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Which I'm sure neither one of you could care less about. A judge declared a mistrial today in a lawsuit by promoters claiming that Venus and Serena Williams reneged on a deal to play in a proposed 2001 Battle of the Sexes event against male tennis players.
Oh, no.
Palm Beach Circuit Judge Jeffrey Winnikoff granted a motion for a mistrial made by John Romano, attorney for promoters Carol Clark and Keith Rhodes. After almost 3 weeks of testimony in their lawsuit, it wasn't immediately clear when or if the case would return to court. Mistrial. Here's another fax that just came in. Oh, I see. The fax is now starting, and I keep thinking it's going to be from somebody, Dave from Lakeland. Right?
Right.
Carolyn, one of our regular faxers, said, my dad was from Hamilton, Ontario. How's it going, Carolyn, eh? My great-grandfather, Hamilton, by the way, is a horrible place.
All right, I'll write it down.
Luckily, there's a bypass that chops off the west ass end of Lake Ontario when you're driving to Niagara Falls from Toronto. And the bypass goes by the city, but you can see across the lake. You see all the smokestacks. It's an industrial town, of about I would say about the size of Rochester, 300,000-400,000 people.
All right.
And really smelly and not much. At any rate, my great-grandfather drowned while driving his horse-pulled carriage across Hamilton Bay when the ice broke, so the people did drive on the bay and it did freeze. Well, how do you like that?
What's the matter? It doesn't freeze no more?
I don't know. I mean, Lake Ontario is a gigantic lake. Well, you've been on it.
Oh,
You swam across it.
Yeah, right. I saw a picture of it.
Yeah. So they stopped the ferry going from Rochester to Toronto, so I guess I can't go to Rochester no more. Since no more Down and Bob's, I have no reason to go back there anyway. In addition to which, you don't have to eat the bun. Last time I went to Down and Bob's, I had a great cheeseburger with onions, a nice big slice of onion and pickle, and no bun. I mean, I didn't eat the bun. See what I'm saying, Beast? You can still enjoy some good stuff. You just have to learn to Atkins it up a little bit. I mean, every little bit can help. Do you understand? We're trying desperately to save your fat ass. I'm not sure why, but we're trying.
I'm with you.
We like to keep you around because you're amusing. There, some people like to keep you around for amusement's sake. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yeah, but we like the Beast.
Speak for yourself, George.
No, we like the Beast, but I mean, why? There's an implication there. See what I'm saying?
What?
A little shot. Another little shot. Always stirring it up. Somebody, Barry in Boca, faxes a letter to the editor from today's Palm Beach Post. Retaliate for the stripping of Christ from Christmas. Raymond in Boynton Beach writes, which I'm not going to waste my time reading this letter. See, a lot of you people are like puppets, you know. They get on Fox News and they create this. See, this is called, they would call it wagging the dog, but that's an old movie now. So, during the Clinton days they were calling it that. But now it's called changing the subject is what I call it. We got all these people dying in Iraq. They got no idea how the hell to get out. They find that it's all based on a pack of lies, getting all these indictments against just about every Republican who was ever invented. But let's change the subject, shall we? Let's talk about stripping the Christ from Christmas and the fact that we can't say Merry Christmas no more. Right. So Barry writes at the bottom of this horrible letter, could you do me a favor on my behalf? Please publicly thank all your goy listeners for permitting a couple of yids like us to stay here and not have us tossed into gas chambers as the founding fathers intended. Thanks and happy Chinooka, says Raymond, and also happy Purim. Thanks a lot. Happy generic holidays, Barry. How do you like that?
Yeah.
All they got to do is pull the strings, blow the whistle, whatever. Right away, they're all like the flamingos at Hialeah. They're all goose-step in line and whatever you say and yada, yada, yada. And Bill O'Reilly said this. And, it's like Oprah. It's the same thing. If anybody doubts how Hitler succeeded, it's not that difficult. If you got a good line of BS, man. Look at that freaking Dr. Phil. Oprah gets on the air and tells 30 million...
About 30, man.
American women that Dr. Phil knows something, and he's like, for real, he's legit, and all of a sudden, he's a star. He's making millions. Biggest fraud that ever came down the pike. In fact, even at Kevin Trudeau, I have more respect for, with his phony-ass book about how you better sleep on a steel bed or whatever. A bunch of crap. Randy Rhodes Free. I enjoy looking at that. I'm not really sure which I enjoy looking at more, that or that other thing. I might just go back to that again. Although then he'll see another hit from Toronto. Oh, man. Oh, there's a lot of hits here, believe me. All the hits all the time. Other than Neil Rogers, my favorite local radio personality the last 25 years, we're redoing this if you joined us late. We had like 1667 votes originally. Then we realized we left off Pharrell and a host of other the Toastmaster. The Toastmaster, Mr. Rogers, is not supposed to give his opinion. Yeah, that was on WS News, one of your people. The Toastmaster is not, Mr. Rogers. Oh, look at that. I'd like to find him. He's the one that disappeared on the Mediterranean cruise. Where's he? Oh, no, not that good. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I got this. Don't let me forget the stories about the cruises. In fact, here they are in my pile. I'll get to them momentarily. Mice grow human cells after injections. I think pretty soon we're going to have mice being board ops, so some of the people, Robert Grieper better watch it.
He'll be here forever.
Oh, yeah. He must have the naked pictures, you know what?
9 of them.
I don't want to say of what. Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality, Randy Rhodes, Freeped. I wouldn't even give you the number. It's too embarrassing. It's silly. Phil Henry, 102. Jim Mandich, 65. Suds and Rick, 56. George Rodriguez, 39. Bob Lassiter, 28. Pharrell, 24. The Humper, 24. Jazz McKay, 17. Mo Howard David did 12. Jeff DeForest and Mike Ranieri tied 10 apiece. Herman and McBean, 9. Ron and Ron, 8. The Boosters got 7. The Booster, Eddie K, 7. Big Wilson, 6. Dan LeBastard, 5. Only 5, Danny Boy. Craig Worthing, 5. Joey Reynolds, 5. Joe Rose, 4. Don Cox, 4. Rick Shaw, 4. Alice Rantel, 4. Now, in the whole first, the 1700, Alice only had a pair, and then somebody mentioned that fruitcake was on the air the other day at Tuki's execution, and right away, oh, he's got 4 now. Alice at the Palace. Bill Calder, 4. Lenny Martez, 3. The Big O's got 3. Roby Young, 3. He's still in that motel. Steve Kane, 3. Jerry Wichner, 3. Alan Burke, 3. Good guy, Alan Burke. Which I never... You know something? I really wish I would have gotten to know him, you know?
Alan
He
Burke?
turned out to be a really good guy, huh?
Alan Burke?
Alan Burke. I told you after I had that stroke that time, he called me at home out of the blue. I couldn't believe it. Very legitimately concerned about how I was feeling and if I was okay, and he was a good guy.
Well, good.
On the air was all shtick, and of course I should have known that, but, you know. Tom Likas, 2. Kimba Bocamper, 2. Geldy Geldstein's got a pair. Stan Major, 2. Hey, Stan, that $2,000 ought to be worth about $50 million now. Mike Spindell, 1. You don't want to have a good time? Come on, let's do some trivia. Alex Bennett, 1. Joe Zagacki, 1. The Crows got 1. Larry Kent's got 1. Rest in a big piece. Boy, they must have had a big casket for him. Jerry Williams, 1. Also dead. Greg Vidal, 1. Dave Caprito, 1. Lee Fowler, 1. Rest in a piece. Bill Tanner, 1. Alan Courtney, 1. Bill Smith, 1. Sandy Payne, 1. And none yet out of 754 for Ernie Sochin, Debbie Ellis, Drew Michaels, Joyce Kaufman, Norma Kent, or Sonny Fox. I thought Sonny Fox was doing pretty well the first time around. They must have all been phony votes. He had 15.
Oh, maybe they're voting for Randy this time.
Oh, no. She had no shortage the first time around, believe me. WQAM, Freep Central, hello.
I need a...
Yeah, okay, I said Freep, not Creep. I said Freep Central, not Creep. He misunderstood. And see, now I know it's not right. Yesterday, because he called in, we thought that you were doing the voice. We thought that all along there really is no Ron. That was you doing the voice.
It's me on the side phone there.
Yeah, crank it on the side phone, yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Nels.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How about Davy Gravy Line?
Yeah, how about Davy Gravy Line? Yeah, we'll get him on there.
Thanks.
I can tell you interesting. I won't. Now, I have no problem with him. We mended our fences. Well, I told you the reason that he and I had a little problem along the way, and that was that KAT was producing my show, and when Sid the Kid Levin put me on instead of 3 to 6 from 2 to 6, he expanded Craig and my show. Craig went from noon to 3, and I was on 3 to 6. Then, at a very minimal $50 a week increase, Craig was 10 to 2, I was 2 to 6, because we had the only numbers on the station, and they were still all old. So Davy Graveline had that show, what was it called? Like a home improvement, at your service. That's what it was, at your service, from like 10 to noon. So once the hours expanded for me and Craig, that was the end of at your service with Davy Graveline. So he was still my producer, and he's up there. And at KAT, you couldn't see the phones ringing. You could only see when your producer put the calls to you, and they would all be blinking on hold. But when the phones were ringing, you couldn't see them.
So he was the one that put it to you?
He put it to me, and the operator, too. And so I'm sitting there in the afternoon every now and then, and I'm not getting any calls. And so I had a spy, Sam, the production man, who went upstairs, and he saw the lines are ringing off the hook, and he's not putting any through it. So I went nuts on here, and I said, if my producer would decide to put the calls through here, because you're sitting there and you're ranting and raving, you know how that goes, and you think there's no calls coming in. And so then he picks up, we had like a bat line you could pick up and talk to your producer. There, is that better? Click, you know, like that. So we had like a little fall, you know, like he blamed me for it. What the hell did I have to do with it? His show sucked. You know, we talk about how you get rid of cockroaches and how to, you know, clean your rectum, penis, whatever. And it was at your disservice. But then, now what? I really forget the rest of the story about how we kind of like at IOD. Did he work at IOD at one time, or what was the deal there? Did he have a show on the weekend?
Worked there. I think he did news and had a show on the weekend. I'm not sure.
Well, we became, I wouldn't say the best of friends, but we mended our fences, and he's just fine. He's okay. Wouldn't you agree?
He was just fine, yeah.
And he got married to a young lady who had a family already made for him. 113 at 560 WQAM. It's that fantastic time of the year. Merry Christmas, by the way, and Happy Chanukah. But if you hate the crowded malls, long register lines, parking hassles, and crazy, crazy shoppers, here's a good idea for you. Make your gift-giving a lot easier this year for you and your loved ones by giving a Dollar Mattress gift certificate. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you can order a Dial a Mattress gift certificate, any denomination, and a brand new bed makes a sensational gift that'll last them for years. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you choose from Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coral, Stearns & Foster Hewitt, and Tempur-Pedic too. Maybe you suffered some water damage from the hurricane, or maybe you need a bed for those last-minute uninvited holiday guests. Whatever your dilemma, call 1-800-MATTRESS. You'll get same-day delivery from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. Oh, by the way, Lassiter also stole the Battle of the Talk Show host from me in Tampa. I just mentioned that in passing.
Okay.
And also, Mr. Ego did the same on the light bulb. Call 1-800-MATTRESS. You'll get same-day delivery from 8 in the morning till 10 p.m. You pick the day and time for delivery to fit your schedule. Dial a Mattress is proud of their record, and they ought to be, of being on time 99.7% of the time, which is one of the reasons why they're ranked number one in the world in customer satisfaction. I've been shopping Dial a Mattress for years, and you ought to do the same easy thing. Before those guests arrive, just reach over and pick up that instrument and the phone, too. Call 1-800-MATTRESS or log on to mattress.com. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for...
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Where's Davy Gravy Line?
There's no trees or light for Hanukkah. Go down the block, the houses are darker. We are wishing we were Christian on Christmas morn. There's nothing for our children. For 8 nights we light lights. When the Santa become a Semite.
All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi! All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi!
It's so hard for us to go shopping. We don't know when Hanukkah is happening. What is the date? Are we too late? You can almost hear them go. Now, come on. What are we supposed to do? So you think it's easy to get gifts when we only pay wholesale?
All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi! All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi!
All right.
So what'd you like better, the first one or the second one? I think the second one.
Me too.
20 past 1, a little equal time for the Yids there. Happy Chanukah, by the way. See, I sneaked that one in there on you. How do you like that? Happy Tisha B'Av and Happy Simchas Torah. How do you like that?
Pretty sneaky.
Thank you. All you Farbison and Goyim out there, what?
I said that's pretty sneaky. You and your agenda.
Yeah, I got the Jewish agenda. Look at that. I just want to sit here all afternoon because, I have nothing else to do but keep going on these websites.
Yeah.
See, I hate to break the news to anybody, but I'm sitting here like my computer is like my brand new, nice, small-sized HP computer. I told you about this one, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
This is really nifty. Have you like Googled it and looked at it?
I've seen the newer, smaller box.
It is really sensational. It's got all the speed and the power and all these things, but the big clunky ones. But it's small. You sit your monitor right on top of it.
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing. And I got my mouse in my hand right now, as a matter of fact.
So you're just clicking refresh on that blog continuously, right?
I haven't, but that is something to think about.
They should have an auto refresh.
Will you stop? The guy, look. The ironic part of the whole thing is that the guy in Lakeland, if there is really such a person, and I notice there's no other facts, but what he did is but I still have to look at it from the positive side, because if he never would have faxed, I'd have been eating crap over the
Right.
weekend. I might be dead right now.
And look what all this attention is having.
No,
the effect
but
it's having
the
on
point
the poll.
of it is, because I haven't really seen or thought about or had any idea what was going on with him in a long, long time. And like if I were down there, and if he would have called me up on a weekend and said, hey, I'm in town, let's do lunch or something like that, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Not that that was going to happen, but you see what I'm saying?
What are you
in
saying?
other words, there wasn't like any deep-seated hostility. But it's just like I've told you before, all you got to do is look at somebody cross-eyed and right away, bada beep, bada boop, like with Randy, it's the same thing. Because this will get back to her again about the freeping on the pole, which maybe she had nothing to do with it, which is most likely, but some of her insecure people. Oh, he's ripping me on the air, and he's doing this, and all that other crap. You know her, with that jappy crap.
Peter.
Yeah. I'm happy for her. Actually, I really am, because she told Bob Green to stuff it. I'm glad that she finally made it big. Although I'm dubious how much money she's making, but nevertheless, she's on Nationwide. If this show would have been on Nationwide, we could have been contenders, man. We could have kicked some serious ass. But there's no point in crying over spilled milk, because it's never going to happen.
Instead of just bums.
Huh?
Instead of just bums.
Yeah. Instead of being just like bums like we are now. I understand what we could have done, but it's not going to happen, because I got a frustrated wannabe ball player screamer for an agent who's a good guy, but and that's it. I got the most mismanaged career in history, and I'm still doing pretty damn good. And I got no complaints, none, zero. The sun is shining. It's all the way up to -8 Celsius, which I'm sure is like at least double digits Fahrenheit, like 12, 13 degrees, whatever. And it's fine. You dress for it. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's Woodbine Day. End of the week, I go on vacation. What's not to like? And, of course, when I'm on vacation, the good part of it, all over Europe, what they have are these Internet cafes.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. I'm not just in Europe, but I mean, they have a lot of them.
Oh, you can hit the blogs.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I'm going to check every day, because I want to make sure that I don't miss a thing.
Boy, you're going to be generating some domain report.
You could freak some other talk shows.
Yeah.
Polls.
How many listeners you got in Europe, Blabo? Oh, no, he's checking it again. Cruise passengers still lost at sea. The U.S. Coast Guard was not asked by Bahamian authorities on Monday to help continue with the search for a Canadian woman who may have fallen off a cruise ship near Nassau, Canadian authorities are leading the investigation, said Lynn Martinstein, a spokesman for Royal Caribbean Cruises. That's Lynn Martinstein.
Boy!
Jill Bagora. Remember the story beast we had yesterday about Bagash and Bagora?
Yeah.
Jill Bagora, 59, was still reported missing by her husband at 1 p.m. on Saturday. I mean, she's still missing now. Coast Guard aircraft and Bahamian Naval Forces searched the waters off Nassau, Bahamas Sunday. Bagora had not been found by last night. The Royal Caribbean cruise ship that Bagora and her husband were traveling on, the Jewel of the Seas, which had sailed from Fort Lauderdale, docked in Nassau about 11:30 Saturday morning. Bagora's husband said the last time he saw her was around 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Bagora did not use her ID card to get off the ship in Nassau, Sheehan said. So she didn't get off the ship, she's missing, and maybe she just went for a little swim or something like that. Maybe she did like a Natalie Wood. Huh?
Possible.
Yeah.
Or?
Well, as a matter of fact, because I've been screaming about this for a long time, I'm begging you, not that I care one way or the other, I mean, it's no sweat off of my fat old pimply ass, but do not waste your money on these cruises. Now, I don't want to hear that the Beast likes them. We already decided
They're
why
the
you
best
like them.
vacation ever.
You see what I mean about him? Like I said, I hope you have 14 meals today. I hope you eat so much that you explode. But wait till Thursday. You're not on tomorrow with us, right? You're on Thursday?
No, you get shy tomorrow.
Well,
you can talk about the Gaza Strip. And all that.
Thursday. And we can talk about killing Palestinians. Thursday, you can come on and, explode on the air. In fact, George can arrange it now. We got all these people can bring in food. We'll have Brad bring food from Tony's. We'll have all kinds of stuff from Howie's. Everybody that's ever bought in food, we'll bring it in. You can explode right on the air. We'll promote it.
Those little mini burgers, those are good.
Yeah, Wayne Arnold, maybe he called us a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Today, 2 congressional subcommittees are holding a joint hearing on the subject of cruise ship disappearances and crimes that take place aboard the vessels. M.C. Moe, a reporter with the Jacksonville Business Journal, spent 6 months tracking down information on cruise ship passengers who disappeared or went overboard, an elusive subject because most incidents happen in international waters or foreign jurisdictions. She found 12 passengers since 2000, including 5 within the preceding year, though the majority are believed to be suicides. Anyone who looks over the rail of an ocean-going ship knows you could disappear forever in those waters. Clues suggest that a few, horribly enough, might be homicides. Since then, the number has grown to at least 17, including Jill Bagora. Moe will be traveling to Washington to cover the hearing, etc., and so on. Since her original story ran in June, she keeps getting contacted about the subject. She's heard from 4 TV news producers, 1 family member of passengers, and 2 guests on ships where incidents occurred. The hearing was called by Representative Christopher Shays of Connecticut, who knew George Allen Smith IV. That's the guy they showed on the year before. 26-year-old honeymooner whose July disappearance from another Royal Caribbean vessel is being investigated by the FBI. He disappeared, although they found blood in the cabin, and the people in the cabin next door heard loud pounding and screaming and fighting going on overnight, and there was blood in the cabin. But he just disappeared. It was an accident, and somebody got hurt.
Right.
1 at QAM. The Emerald Coast continues to be Florida's #1 Asian gourmet buffet, as rated by Zagat Restaurant Review. This is not a place for people like the Beast, although they tend to go there. It will put you over the edge. Anytime you go to a buffet place, you notice all the big, gigantic people in it. Not everybody, but they find it. And now every Friday through Sunday night, you can enjoy Lobster Fest featuring Maine lobster served Thermidor style. And every night is Crab Fest with Alaskan snow crab legs, Dungeness crab, and Jonah stone crabs. The menu, of course, still includes fresh oysters on a half shell and a sushi bar with over 30, count 'em,
About 30, man.
different items. And the Emerald Coast serves delicious, juicy, succulent New York steaks cooked to your order the way you love them, and hand-carved prime rib, too. And on the weekends, leave room for dessert at the Emerald Coast's famous 40-inch chocolate fountain. You can hand dip your own strawberries, marshmallows, other decadent treats. Just smear them in there, man, and go nuts. And don't forget, the Emerald Coast won't give you a big headache like a lot of Chinese joints because they don't use any crap in their cooking. No MSG, no cornstarch. They cook all their fine cuisine only with cholesterol-free canola oil. And, by the way, the Emerald Coast will be open Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. 3 locations for you. They're in Sunrise, Sunny Isles Beach, and Pembroke Pines. Please make reservations for Christmas Eve and Day by calling 954-572-3822. What a great place for a holiday feast, a real pig out at the Emerald Coast. 954-572-3822.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Every time I pull out something to eat for this week, I can't do this because I'm Jewish and I can't eat bread. Yeah, my rabbi said only matzah. Any way you want to eat it, cold or hot, it's matzah. Fun for your mother, brother, sister, father, matzah. Buy in bulk for a lower cost per box, it's matzah, 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 matzah. Put on your... Wait, that's over. So get your ass over to my pad, it's Passover. I'm the mad flow, a smoothie, and I hope you understand it. If you want the story of Passover, rent the 10 Commandments starring Charlton Heston. But I got a question about the bread that is unleavened, causing indigestion called matzah. Eat it for a week, we got no bread, no pasta. Best believe a Jew is stopped. Now Moses made the matzah when he was fleeing Egypt. Had no time for bread to rise, he said, just leave it. We can eat it like this, feed it to the Hebrews. But little did he know that the weight would end up equal. Cause let my people go. They make the anthem, get your damn hands up. Maybe it will help you pass some. How could one bread rock it so famous when the taste is the same flavor of the box it came in? Matzah. Eat it at once, ain't no second guessing. Matzah. Leaving crumbs on my lap and chest, and it's called matzah. I found the afikomen in my small intestine. Matzah, 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 matzah. Now, if you never had matzah, maybe you should try it. Be careful, protein junkies, don't mess up your Atkins diet. People laugh when my sandwich cracks, it ain't ever quiet. The best place to enjoy matzah is in private. You eating tuna on matzah? No way you're looking cool. It's been 3 days since I dropped the kids off at Hebrew school. I like my matzah sweet with butter and jam on it. But please, out of respect, just don't put ham on it. Don't be scared of the matzah. Nothing could be safer. Just think of it as a supersized communion wafer. We'll trade you the matzah for candy this Easter. Wait, for some reason we can't have corn sweetener either. So go ahead and eat it, whether Jewish or secular. And if you need it, a smoothie will keep you regular. If you never heard a Jew like this, I surprise you. The bread might be flat, but this song is a riser. Matzah. When I munch, I love the crunch of matzah. I love it a bunch, wash it down with punch. Matzah. What's for lunch? I got a hunch. It's matzah, 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 matzah. That was brilliant, son. Hip Hop's William Hung. Log me on suburbanhomeboy.com. Boy is yo backwards.
Oi! I never really thought about that. Oi is yo backward.
Yo, yo.
Oi, oi, oi. Oh! 26 till 2 at 560 WQAM. Gallup poll finds Americans' belief in God remains strong. This is why there is no hope for the USA. Unlike the European countries, and unlike here, the religionists have just, they dominate. They've taken things over. They're out of control. Goyim gone wild. A new Gallup survey released today finds that 4 decades after the God is dead controversy was first noted, Americans retain a strong belief in a higher power.
Oh, my God.
Some 94% think God exists. Only 5% feel God does not exist, and even most of them are not sure of that. Exactly 1% are certain there is no God. But how strongly do the believers believe? Nearly 8 in 10, in fact, say they are convinced God exists, although Gallup doesn't ask them why that is. There is only...
Oh, God!
Conservatives are more likely to be convinced than liberals, 87% versus 61%. Women a little more likely than men, 82 versus 73%. And residents of the South, of course, more likely to believe it than those in the East, 88 versus 70%. Surprisingly, some 61% of those who seldom or never attend church are nevertheless convinced that God exists. Oh, let us fold our hands together and pray.
Baruch atah Adonai.
A whole bunch of other crap. Yeah, right. Let's do our bar mitzvah authors again, and we'll really dazzle these goyim. What do you say, huh? Anyway, add another creation to the strange scientific menagerie where animal species are being mixed together in ever more exotic combinations. Scientists announced yesterday they've created mice with small amounts of human brain cells in an effort to, well, we ought to get them in management right away before it's too late. In an effort to make realistic models of neurological disorders such as Parkinson's disease, led by Fred Gage of the Salk Institute in San Diego, the researchers created the mice by injecting about 100,000 human embryonic stem cells per mouse into the brains of 14-day-old rodent embryos. Those mice were each born with about 0.1% of human cells in each of their heads, a trace amount that doesn't remotely come close to humanizing the rodents. Well, why not?
Hey, they're working on it.
Yeah.
Baby
what would be wrong with having a mouse running around that had like a human's head on it?
Like Mickey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mickey didn't have a human head. He had a mouse head.
But he walked around. He was...
a mouse with like a real human head on it. Like Joe Rose, for example. It happened to be a strong mouse to carry a head around that heavy, but nevertheless. What a shame that we let him go. You know, that really that screwed up all our plans. Anyway, this illustrates that injecting human stem cells into mouse brains doesn't restructure the brain, Gage said. Still, the ad works, although I like a nice piece of cheese every now and then, don't you?
Yeah.
Still, the work adds to the growing ethical concerns of mixing human and animal cells when it comes to stem cell and cloning research. After all, mice are 97.5% genetically identical to humans. I bet you didn't know that.
Yeah, I did, actually.
Well, I didn't. I bet the beast didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Well, we just learned something.
Eisner?
See? The worry is if you humanize them too much, you cross certain boundaries, said David Magnus, director of the Stanford Medical Board for Biomedical Ethics, but I don't think this research comes even close to that. Not yet. Researchers are nevertheless beginning to bump up against what bioethicists call the yuck factor. Yeah. 3 top cloning researchers, for example, have applied for a patent that contemplates fusing a complete set of human DNA into animal eggs in order to manufacture human embryonic stem cells. One of the patent applicants, Jose Sibeli, first attempted such an experiment in 1998 when he fused cells from his cheek into cow eggs. I mean, it's one thing to talk tongue-in-cheek. This was cow-in-cheek, or the other way around.
And what came of that?
The idea is to hijack the machinery of the egg, said Sibeli, whose current work at Michigan State does not involve human material because that would violate state law. At Michigan State, who aren't so great, and we like it. Researchers argue that commingling human and animal tissue is vital to ensuring that experimental drugs and new tissue replacement therapies are safe for people. It doesn't. I know what you want, but it doesn't really say anything about what happened with his. Evidently, it didn't work. Others have performed similar experiments with rabbit and chicken eggs, while University of California Irvine researchers have reported making paralyzed rodents walk after injecting them with human nerve cells. Oh, the possibilities of stem cell research are so fantastic. Too bad these right-wing lunatics, these God Squad, these fetus huggers, and these embryo kissers are the ones in charge now. But you know what? The rest of the world is still working on it, and the rest of the world will do it.
Right.
While the U.S. is back in the Stone Age with George Bush and a bunch of merry Nazis. Oh, there's a good movie on the other night. I can't think of the name of it. With Joseph Cotton. And humming the Merry Widow Waltz or whistling it. He's a mass murderer. Joseph Cotton. Boy, he sure was good. You know, he's a lot of good movies. It was an Alfred Hitchcock movie. 1941. 44, I want to say. But anyway, I don't know what the name is.
I better Google it.
You'd like it. Huh?
I better Google it.
He was Uncle Charlie. Oh, that's right. Just look up Joseph Cotton, and you'll see he played Uncle Charlie, so then you'll know who the hell it was. Oh, Uncle Charlie. whoever she was, one of those simpering 40s actresses. 20 till 2 at QAM when you're shopping for shoes, man. Comfort and fit, it's what it's all about. So get over to Brandy Shoes. They'll take great care of your tootsies. They got a humongous selection, unbeatable selection, just about every major brand in the shoe business. Rockport, Echo, Florsheim, New Balance, SAS, Mephisto. You like them, they got them. And Brandy's professional shoe fitters will make sure that you got a customized, perfect fit of your favorite comfort shoe every time. Just ask for Arnie. He'll make sure you get the perfect fit at the right price. And whatever you like, they got your size on the shelf ready to slap on your feet right now. Brandy's even specialize in wide widths as well. You know, fat people generally have really fat feet. You know that?
That is true, yes.
Do you have fat feet?
I do have wide feet. Wide.
Really short and wide, like
landing
Brandy's. They'll
pods.
even try to get you in the door with like a crowbar. Brandy's is worth the trip from just about anywhere for comfort, style, fit, value, and selection. Always think Brandy's shoes. And you'll find Brandy's at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, open daily till 9, Sundays till 5. And this week, a stupendous, better than ever time to buy at Brandy's. Take 20% off on selected men's and women's styles, including SAS, Naturalizer, Florsheim, Sperry, and Rockport. So be sure and get into the store, especially before the holidays at Brandy's, or do your shoe shopping right online if you like at brandyshoes.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Give Ricky a blow.
In theaters now, from the director of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
What if I make a fool of myself?
It's George Bush and the Goblet of Fire.
Now the moments you've all been waiting for.
Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning?
No more questions. Don't ask any more questions.
But,
it's one of the finest school of witchcraft and wizardry in the world, and you will be under the finest headmaster that Hogwarts has ever seen.
But, I can't learn. There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
That was bloody brilliant.
Then again, I don't have a lot of intelligence.
Shouldn't have said that.
George Bush and the Goblet of Fire.
Well, maybe I need to learn to communicate better.
Goodbye, the end.
Okay, 145 at QM. I got to get my woodpecker out and get prepared to start freaking.
All right.
Here's the poll results so far, and you're probably wondering if you tuned in late. Well, isn't this the poll? Although it is today's poll.
Right, so.
But this is the second time around. You know, sometimes doing it, the second time is better than the first.
This time for sure.
Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality or show of the last 25 years is we got 883, which means we're way over 2,500 votes if you put them together. So the beast you underestimated. See?
I'm sorry.
Even though we did it in a very devious and circuitous way. Randy Rhodes Freep, 281, a totally bogus number. What I would say about 200 of those are phony votes. See, and then the sad part of it is whoever's behind that and doing that the goddess will never have really a chance to really register and find out how well she would have done or not. Maybe that's the purpose. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, look at this. Mike in Melbourne says the CEO of Diebold has resigned. Story on rawstory.com. Thanks, Mike in Melbourne. I'll hop right on that right after the show. In fact, yeah, and we'll get it on the website. Thank you, Mike. How do you like that? Diebold, man. Talk about the stolen fixed elections. You see, the media doesn't want to dig into that too much because they don't want any of the truth. Just like all the religion crap, and they keep with these stories about the Pope did this and the Pope had a good BM and all. When are you people going to grow up here, okay? When you gonna start giving us some truth, okay? Who did more for educating the public, the CBC, the BBC, or the American freaking networks and the talking head lunatics, huh? Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt? Pathetic. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon singular wireless line. Makes my blood boil. Makes my kishkis twist when I think about the crap, the lies that get peddled for truth. And that's why, just that you can take any scene, but especially when he's ranting and raving about, TV is an illusion and who knows what crap will be peddled for truth on this network after the Saudis bought them all. You remember that whole thing?
I sure do.
And the Saudi deal must be stopped now. And he was pounding on the table. Who did more for UBS? He was screaming and yelling.
Good stuff.
And it was good stuff. Now, what was your take on that movie? You saw it.
I loved it.
See, I always told you the beast is like a fat little intellectual right there. You don't have to be a pseudo-intellectual, but he gets it. He understands not only the significance and the greatness of the movie network, but how the tremendous application of it toward what we're going through today. And the way the networks are all a bunch of carnivals and circus clowns and goofballs just pandering and whoring their wares to the highest bidders. That's all they are. Says you'll never get the truth from us. We'll tell you any crap you want to hear. Remember that? Any Schmidt you want to hear.
Sure do.
We'll tell you that nobody ever gets sick in Archie Bunker's house, although they were a little premature on that one. But nevertheless. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Nobody gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And just wait till the end. The good guy always wins in the end of the... Whatever that. That was a good... I ought to start taking some of those clips and playing them again.
Do it.
Although Josh Cordes will get upset because he didn't like the movie. He fell asleep.
Well, maybe he'll warm up.
He's a good kid, but he's just, like that. A little slow. I think anybody under the age of 25, don't watch Network because you won't appreciate it. Wait till you get a little bit more, whatever.
Yeah, like 50.
Wait till you get to be 100. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I think the chemtrails are making me go.
Oh, there's Mo's favorite caller. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
I got one for your Paul. John Broward. I miss him a
John
lot.
Broward. The good news is he's still dead.
Is he?
Did you know he had a thumb missing on one hand?
No, I didn't. You never saw it on the radio. It's a
See, you
little
learned
hard.
something right now. He was a
Very
sour,
good.
nasty old right-wing. Of course, that's, redundant. John Broward. Of course, I don't know what his real... No, you know what his real name
are we
was?
putting it on
Jules
there?
Adler. His name was Jules Adler.
Okay.
And he was Catholic, but he didn't want to use that name on the air because he thought people would think he was Jewish because it sounded very Jewish, like Marty
Jules
Adler. you know?
Adler?
Huh? Adler, A-D-L-E-R, like Marty Adler. Don't you remember
Like
Marty
Jesse
Adler?
Adler?
Yeah. That day. Not Alger, not Jesse Algie.
Algiers?
Yeah, Jesse Algiers. Have you got it, John Broward? So he used to be a caller. He was a talk show caller, a chronic right-wing with a very ponderous... oh, God. And they made him into a talk show host. A weekend, I think he was one of Shirley Spellberg's callers on KAT, and they made him into a talk host. Here's John Broward. Poof, you're a talk show host. And at one time, he preceded me on WINZ. Can you believe that? He was on 6 to 8. I was doing 8 to midnight.
Yeah.
And then I think we went from him to Daffy McCallum. I'm trying to remember if he croaked during the period he was on the air. I don't remember. I don't know.
Laffy Daffy.
Laffy Daffy McCallum. She had a real scratchy one. She was kind of like a female Pharrell without the humor. Yeah, but without the sense of humor. Very scratchy, annoying voice. Who the hell decided to put that bitch on here? Daffy McCallum. Family upset over soldier's body arriving as freight. San Diego, there's controversy over how the military is transporting the bodies of service members killed overseas. A local family in San Diego said fallen soldiers and Marines deserve better, and that one would think our war heroes are being transported with dignity, care, and respect. It said one would think upon arrival in their hometowns they're greeted with honor, but unfortunately, the family said that's just not the case. Dead heroes are supposed to come home with their coffins draped with the American flag, greeted by a color guard, but in reality, many are arriving as freight on commercial airliners, stuffed in the belly of a plane with suitcases and other cargo. John Holly and his wife Stacy were stunned when they found out the body of their only child, Matthew John Holly, who died in Iraq last month, would be arriving at Lindbergh Field as freight. Matthew was a medic with the 101st Airborne Unit and died November 15. When somebody dies in combat, they need to give them due respect they deserve for the sacrifice they made, said John Holly, and he is
absolutely correct, sir.
John and Stacy Holly, who were both in the Army, made some calls, and with the help of U.S. Senator Barbara Boxer, Matthew was greeted with honor and respect. Our familiarity with military protocol and things of that sort allowed us to kind of put our foot down. We're not sure other parents have that same knowledge. The Hollies want to make sure now that every fallen hero gets the proper welcome. The bodies of dead service members arrive at Dover Air Force Base. From that point, they're sent to their families on commercial airliners. A reporter called the Defense Department for explanation. Representative said she didn't know why this is happening. Oh, I see. We don't know. It's just don't bother us with the facts. Oh, racial unrest in Australia is spreading. Those Aussies, man, they're just like their Brit forefathers, baby. They're Brit colonizers. The racial unrest that broke out in Sydney's beachside suburbs over the weekend has spread to two other large Australian cities where people of Middle Eastern descent were assaulted by white people, police said Tuesday. Well, let me ask you something. Are people of Middle East not white?
Well, it depends
like
on
Lebanese? I know
which angle you're looking at them from.
I beg your pardon?
Depends on which angle you're looking at them from.
Rectum.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Seriously. What can Brown do for you?
Well, where do we start?
152 at QAM. Truth is, when you dare to compare, you'll see why Ford is the best-selling brand of vehicles in the USA. In South Florida, the only Ford dealer you want to be going to is Armstrong Ford of Homestead. Now, the holidays are here. Maybe your car was damaged during Hurricane Wilma. Maybe you just want a new ride for the holidays and for a long time to come. Well, now's the smart time to get on down and see our good friend David Rich and let him put your fat ass behind the wheel of a new Armstrong Ford. Right now at Armstrong Ford of Homestead, they have some great offers and incentives. Get $1,000 cash back or financing as low as 0% on a Ford 500 or Freestyle. Get $5,000 cash back on Explorer or Expedition. How about $2,000 cash back on Escape and $2,500 cash back on Focus? Certain restrictions apply. And don't forget, when you buy a Ford from Armstrong Ford, you'll still get their unbelievable exclusive Tires and Batteries for Life program. That is absolutely correct. Tires and batteries for life. David Rich and the staff at Armstrong Ford of Homestead will guarantee you the best price, and because it's a local shop, they'll treat you fantastic, just like family, to make you a customer for life. You won't get a better deal on a Ford any place in town. No phony deals, no BS. So call David Rich at 305-247-5112 and tell David you want the Neil deal. Armstrong Ford of Homestead, they're at 30725 South Dixie Highway, just 20 easy minutes south of the old 836. Check them on the web, ArmstrongCars.com. Drive a little extra, maybe just a few miles, to save thousands and zillions of dollars when you do your car shopping at Armstrong Ford of Homestead.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. That smells delicious, honey.
I know, but where's Garrett? Honey, ready for dinner?
No way, Mom. That smells heinous. I can't eat that crap.
Is the junkie in your family overly critical of your cooking? Are you in need of something to bring back his strung-out appetite? Hi, my name's Barb Bituant, and I'm here to announce a breakthrough in kitchen appliances that'll restore your drug-addicted child's appetite just in time for Christmas. Introducing the Crack Pot. Now, you can cook up those shrooms, microdots, yellow bees, ganja, smack, and angel dust with the Crack Pot.
Honey, ready for dinner?
No way, Mom. That smells... Hey, dude! Mom! That smells righteous.
Thanks, Crackpot.
The Crackpot, the perfect Christmas gift for the strung-out junkie in your family. Available now at the Bob Marley Paraphernalia store.
1:59 at QM. We're almost out of time. This thing has flown by today, you know what?
Yeah, it flew some.
Zooming on by. And anyway, we got, let's see, 9:29 already on the second go-round of this. Let's get it right this time, okay? Other than Neil, my favorite local radio personality of the local or show of the last 25 years, Randy Rhodes Freep, the totally bogus number, 293. I say 200 phony votes. Phil Henry, 125. Phil is the winner so far. Mad Dog, 84. Suds and Rick, 66. Jorge, 47. Bob Lassiter, 40. How do you like that, huh?
See what you've done for him?
Exactly. 40 for the Blobbo, who has been on the air in this market for longer than before Jesus was a child or was a fetus. Oh, he wasn't? Hank Goldberg, 29, Pharrell, 28, Jazz McKay, 21, and Mike Winery, 15. Mo Howard David did, by the way, 14, tied with Herman and McBean. So, Blobbo, 40 votes. All I can say is we're putting you back on the map, Blobbo, and...
You're thinking us very personal.
Bye. When it comes to sports...
Blue 89!
We're the authority. Sports Radio 560, WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.